Okay. The recording is going. Alright. Stream looks like it's going and the recording looks like it's going. Alright. So I finally have time after a few days of not being able to stream. I have a couple of hours where I can dive in and play some more Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh, right. I'm in photo mode. So, I'm exactly where I left off. I just made my way to the bridge. But let's see. What did I do last time? I think I did Pharaohs. Colonial Zombies, right? That was the title? Yeah, something like that. So yeah.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel.
Ooh.
Top priority clearance.
We'll patch it through.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Oh, in the comm room. Ooh, la-di-da. The future war room, you mean? Kind of? In the SR2's dramatically different layout?
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
About damn time. Hit me with your best shot.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
Who dat?
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander.
Do they hold the line?
They are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
I was just noticing this giant shadow right here. I'm like, ooh, what is that? Ooh, so a couple of streams ago, my TV started wigging out of me hard, and almost made it not almost, it made it impossible for me to continue on with the stream. So now I have a second monitor stacked on a box right here, and it's perfectly blocking the light to just like dramatically cast a shadow right here. Yeah, don't love it. There's not really a lot I can do about it, so okay, whatever.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team.
It's heavy.
The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Ooh, Vermeer is heavy. If I head there right out of the gate, ooh, things are gonna get dramatic. I definitely never head there right out of the gate.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Paragon, because I didn't hang up on them. Which I believe you can even hang up on that call, even though that was a very civil call. Like, they were giving me useful information. Hanging up on them there would just be silly. Right? I've done it. Alright, so yeah, Vermeer, Noveria. I genuinely don't even remember Asteroid X-57 because I don't recall ever having that DLC. I think that's a DLC thing. And like, I feel like Asteroid X-57 just had some kind of training simulator or something. Could be wrong. I just don't remember. Alright, to Noveria. I haven't done any of the side missions yet, but nah, I'm focusing more on the main missions for now. I can like backload the side missions maybe in my free time. Like, you know, non-streaming free time. Yeah, I think I might keep the stream just to the main story.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Everybody needs Shepard.
This is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
Oh, Hackett. How you become such a big character.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is
Edie.
no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Though we don't know that in this game, you find out in the future that Edie, I forget if you find out like towards the end of the second game or if it's in the third game, but Edie was based off, like, the framework for the AI that Edie was based off the framework of the rogue VI. So somehow this rogue VI is Edie.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence.
We're not
controlled
dumb.
AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need
Well,
you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI
maybe
core
some humans.
and manually disable
Yeah,
it.
if you get good, maybe you could process a few billion things a second. I mean, just get good.
Don't worry, Admiral. I'll take that thing out.
I know Spectre's answered
It's a
the
weird
council,
sneeze.
but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The
I mean,
VI
am I?
controls all
I
of
feel
the
like I
facilities,
answer to a
weapons,
higher
drills,
calling
and
now.
automated defenses.
An
You're
intergalactic
the
calling.
only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
All right, hack it. I guess you couldn't hack it. Oh. Yeah, that's right. He went there. All right, Svarog, one of the minor gold system lords in Stargate SG-1. What did Svarog even do in SG-1? I think he just had one random crappy episode. Like, and he's taken out by like a defense system off camera or something. I don't know. Like, big booming voice from the sky, I am Svarog, and then like SG-1 pushes a button and Svarog just explodes. It's like, oh, okay, that was easy. You know this thing that's been a threat for thousands of years? Yeah, these random humies just took care of it. Wow, this is a very basic star system. 3 main bodies and the main sequence star that it orbits. And I don't even think any of these main bodies are gas giants. So this is a very interesting star system that's very different from what we understand about solar system formation. Of course, we only have, our solar system as a true framework for reference. Yeah, we can look at other solar systems and take a lot of educated guesses. Good educated guesses, but they're still
Approach
guesses.
Control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Seth Green?
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Yeah. All you had to say was Spectre.
Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Oh, Joker. And now I'm not on the bridge anymore with Joker. It's such a weird, jarring shift. Like, I just decided to run back to the holo map just so I could be in the starting position. And this is where you were. Alright, A-team. We're going. The hell? Button? Alright, A-team? Nope. Tally? I love you, Tally. I think you're awesome. But you're not Garrus. You're not Garrus. I really do love Tally. Like, I love all of them. I do.
Exterior atmosphere. Log.
Well, I like Ashley.
Commanding officer is
I've developed respect for Ashley after the fact.
The deck.
But in this game, I could never say I loved her. I liked her. But like Caden, yeah, I love that guy. He's cool. Garrus, Rex, Liara, Tally, freaking love them. They're amazing. Such phenomenal science fiction characters. And rightfully beloved. Up. Alright, let's do this. I feel like I need to bring the thunder. Thunderstruck.
That's far enough.
Step aside, because I will happily cooperate.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
Well, I'm with the council, so that's all the credentials you need.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
You're damn right. But we'll cooperate because I'm a good guy and I understand that this is your jurisdiction, ma'am.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
If you think this is best, Command.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You're damn right.
Proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs. Behave yourself.
Yeah, behaving myself isn't really what I do best, but you know what? I'll think about it. You know, if you start treating me a little nicer, Kyra Sterling, I'll think about it. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's not really my job to make your job easy. Just saying. Oh, we got a cool guy over here. Just leaning against the wall, kind of partially covering like the right above his crotch. He's just like, I'm a cool guy. Yeah, he doesn't look at any explosions because he's a cool guy. Yeah.
Don't mind the bones.
Hey, Gianna Parasini, I remember you.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeas. We apologize for the
Analeas. Thanks for getting us through. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your help.
Agent Coulson!
You understand our security chief was only doing her job.
Yeah, all the cool guys have no hair. Did that NPC have no hair? Also, how you doing, Agent Coulson? How's your day going? Yeah, why are there so many guards around?
Pretty heavy security.
I'll have to go back and look at that NPC, see if he had no hair.
The executive board does everything in its power to
I didn't clock
protect
that.
the privacy of our client corporations.
Well, I may have to step on toes because your corporations, they are not as important as Spectre business.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an
Yeah,
sorry
I'm not
lawyer
letting
to
you guys
succeed
do your
for
laundry and hampering me in my investigation. Oh. Taking a short break between my crazy workload today. That was me the last couple of days, man. So I hear you. I had like zero free time over the last 2 days. Today's the first day since the last time I streamed where I've had just a few minutes to relax. Oh. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm glad you're getting a nice little break in though. Hopefully it's not too short.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia?
Benezia. She is here?
I need to talk to her because I'm a Spectre. She might be a war criminal, and this is her daughter. So we got a lot going on right here.
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
All right, I'll need directions. Do I turn left at like Peak 14? Like, where do I go?
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas.
And can you stop scanning me? I feel like you're going to give me cancer. Like, just stop scanning me. I've been scanned.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Gianna Parasini. I'm sure you and I will have a nice working relationship in the future, far in the future. Her eyes seem like she's been scanned a few times herself. Yeah,
Understood.
a lot of the
Of course.
NPCs in this game have very stiff faces.
She's here. I can't believe it.
At least that's what I've been observing.
Talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
Like, it feels like the faces are stiffer than they were in the original. Or maybe I'm just remembering the original visuals a little kinder than was accurate. But I feel like somehow in their attempt to make everything prettier in the Legendary Edition, they somehow made the faces stiffer. I don't know. I could be wrong. Or maybe I'm just critiquing it way too harshly. Don't worry, your mom is your mom. Nothing bad is gonna happen.
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're part of my crew.
Damn right.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
I think it's that we are used to better visuals compared to recent games. That probably is true. There's a lot of older games where I will find myself playing, oh, this guy had hair. It's just like, you know, cut right down to the surface. All right. So yeah, like, whenever I go back and I play, like, Knights of the Old Republic, another BioWare game, ironically, like, that's still one of my favorite games to this day. But, like, ooh, in my mind, a lot of times I'll go back and I'll play it and I'll be like, ooh, these visuals were so much better in my mind. Like, I still have fun with it and I still love it, but, like, it's noticeable. It's like, oh, ooh, there was a time this was the pinnacle of video game achievement.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most
How funny things are with time. Same with like Mario 64. When it first came out, it was hailed as like an achievement by Nintendo. And GoldenEye, yes, freaking GoldenEye. That's a great example. When GoldenEye came out, I was playing the crap out of GoldenEye. Like I after school, like I would go to my friend's house and we'd play a bunch of GoldenEye, and like I was playing the crap out of the story, trying to unlock the 00 agent mode because I was trying to finish all the challenges in every map. And at the time, it was just like, how did they do this? This game, it's so realistic, it's so amazing. And when you look at it now, it's like, oh my God, were we all high? Like, what were we thinking? That we thought this was amazing. Like, it's a fun game still, sure, but like, oh my God, it's like seven polygons for a face. It's, whoo, oh man. And then you had the Russian woman, like, I don't remember her name. She was played by Famke Janssen in the movie, but like, she has literally like 4 polygons for her boobs. So her polygonal boobs are literal like pyramids that poke out so far. Her character model could literally stab people. Xenia, yeah, or Xenia or something. Yeah, that sounds right. Something with an X or a, yeah. Like, I played the ever-loving hell out of that game, but man, it's been a long time. I remember having so much fun in the second map. The bunker? No, that's not the bunker. The big facility you break into. The dam. The facility of the dam, I think, where you have to sneak in through the bathroom. And I always thought it was just so funny when you're just looking into this bathroom stall at this person who's supposed to be peeing, but they're literally just standing there with all their clothes on holding a gun. And I don't know, something about that, even as a kid, tickled my funny bone. Like, what's he doing? The facility. Yeah, the bunker is the later mission in the snow. It's all coming back to me.
How can I help?
Good memory, by the way, Agent Coulson. Very nice. Have you played GoldenEye recently, or is this just all stored in your databank?
I'd like to speak to Annaleas.
One moment, please.
A lot of great ones, though. I remember that was one of the first games where I ever really got to appreciate the P90 in a video game.
Right, fine, come in.
Like a year or so ago. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, like, when I was a kid, and I say when I was a kid, even now, I was a big fan of Stargate SG-1, and a big weapon they used was the P90. And so whenever I went back to play 007, I would always give myself a P90 because it just made me feel kind of cooler. Made me feel like I was a space hero. As dumb as that might sound.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain colonial rubes.
Well, we talked about the P90 and Stargate a couple of streams ago, but we didn't talk about GoldenEye, or did we? I don't remember talking about GoldenEye. Huh. Yeah, well, if we did, we did. It's been, well, yeah, I remember talking about the P90 with you. Well, I remember talking about the P90. I couldn't remember who I talked about it with. In my defense, like, ever since I started streaming again, I've been talking to a lot of people back and forth, and sometimes I forget who I talked to about what. So I remember the other day I texted my friend about something that I thought I talked to with him on stream about. And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, that was somebody else. Sorry." Yeah, I'm a Spectre. I'm not a Colonial Rube.
I'm here as a Spectre, not a human. Keep that in mind.
Believe me, that is foremost in my mind. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Ugh. Corporations in space. Ugh. All right, Wayland Yutani. Well, I'm on a mission.
I'm conducting an investigation. It's a matter of galactic security.
Yes, isn't everything? I will not allow you to harass our clients. This world is private property.
I will harass whoever the hell I want, you son of a bitch. You telling me not to harass makes me want to harass so much more.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Well, is he developing weapons here? Because I have a meeting with him and I'd like to see him.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Well, they really refined this guy's jawline. I don't remember it being that good in the original. Like, he has a very sturdy jaw.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
Well, I wonder if they can wear sunglasses. Anyone can wear sunglasses. I could go get a screenshot of him, put it, and use it as the thumbnail. I could just Photoshop on some glasses, and they'd look great. They'd look fantastic. But they'd have to be designed differently. So alien species, if they use stuff that humans like, even without ears though, they could make sunglasses work, because their sunglasses could probably like attach like maybe around the back of the head, almost like a wristband, or not a wristband, but like a headband. So almost like goggles, but sunglasses, maybe. I could make it work. I could make it work. Or maybe they'd even have some kind of like nanopolymer adhesive that specifically sticks to like biomaterial, because that sounds very sci-fi. I think I've heard that done in science fiction before.
I'd like to see her immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the sky.
Or maybe even their sunglasses would loop around their little like head mandible things. Like, yeah, maybe they would just loop around the middle. Hey, Mathana! How are you doing today, Mathana? So we drive.
Surface access, you say?
They seem like monocle type of people. No, yeah, they do seem like monocle types. Very up their own butts.
If he won't help us, I'm sure someone else here will.
Yeah, what sort of cargo?
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapon screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
So Geth. Okay, cool. Why is she here?
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I would.
Doing great, man. What about you? Got a fresh cut today and feeling crisp. Nice.
She's here on business.
That's one of the few benefits about not having a lot of hair is I don't really have to worry about haircuts. So it's a nice little thing that I don't really have to think about. Like whenever what hair I do have just starts getting too long, I just chop it all off, and then I pop on my hat because because I'm super self-conscious about how early in life I started losing my hair. So I wear a hat. Oh, no, yeah. Then you understand if you're balding, yeah. I started balding in my damn 20s. And now I'm in my 30s, so, like, it got real bad in my 30s. And so, like, yeah. I used to be fine with taking off my hat every now and again in front of people and maybe even on stream, but, like, I don't do it anymore. I am balding really bad. I am 23, dude. Okay, you and I are basically on the same page then. Though mine didn't start getting really bad until like probably 27 or 28. Maybe like right at 30. Yeah, because I used to be really proud of how much hair I had. And then it just started going. And now I'm a lot more like Shepard. Like a lot more like Shepard, which is why I designed him like this. But yeah, I kind of miss the feeling of a nice crisp haircut. trip to Turkey might be worth it. You know, I've always wanted to go to Turkey, actually. There's a lot of countries I've always wanted to go to. Japan would be #1 on my list. Something about Japan. But like Turkey would, yeah, I'd be interested. All right. Goodbye.
I have no more questions at this time.
Oh, you were just in Turkey for work. Awesome. See, the ability to travel for work, that's really cool, man. I'm jealous of that. And I'm also at the same time not jealous. Like, I'm jealous of your ability to travel, but I also am a person who wants to travel, but also kind of hates traveling. I'm a man of many contradictions. So like, I dream of traveling, but when I finally do get to travel, like, I get so annoyed that I'm traveling. Like, I just want to be home. I'm like a hobbit. Like, I dream of all of these adventures, but then suddenly I'm out the door and it's like, oh, I just want to go back and, you know, relax on my couch. Oh, yeah. I can only imagine the prices of your soul sometimes. Oh, yeah. I can only imagine. Depending on what you do for work, I can only imagine. And depending also on how much your company actually covers and how much you have to cover. Would also, the price might also be a little bit more than your soul. It might also be a little bit of your wallet, depending on how much they cover.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find.
I remember Lorik Keen.
Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr.
I'd love to
Ramirez.
travel. I want to finish Romania or visit Romania next year. Girlfriend and for tourist attractions. Nice. Yeah, it was around COVID. Like 2020, right before COVID like really hit the mainstream, like really hit the public eye, and everything started shutting down. I had made a big, I was gonna do it. I was gonna just start once a year. I was gonna pick a place and I was gonna find the money. I was gonna find the time, and I was gonna travel to another country like once a year for like a week, maybe 2 if I could somehow arrange that. And then COVID hit, and that ruined that plan. But I'd gotten my passport, and I was totally ready to get the ball rolling. And then COVID hit, and I've just never gone back to that idea since. It's just, it all just kind of went to the wayside. Romania would be cool, though. There's a lot of places in Europe I'd love to go. Like, oh, the list would be crazy. There's a lot of specific places in the UK I'd love to go. There's some places in there's some ruins in France I'd love to go to. There's some places in Germany I'd really love to go to. Oh, there's so many places I'd love to go to. So I'm jealous of anybody's ability to travel and their ability to summon the energy and will to do it also, because ooh, sometimes it's hard to actually motivate to get out the door.
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
But I'm jealous of it, so yeah, good on you that you have the ability. Even if, yes, you chip away at little pieces of your soul at times. Yes, you know, that is unfortunate. All right.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all.
Thank you,
Spencer.
Gianna
This is my
Parasini.
job, after all.
Yeah, I got your name right. I want to see the Vlad Sepeth's castle. Vlad the Impaler. Ah, Vlad the Impaler. Oh, yeah. Fascinating person in history. Also, a lot of funny memes surrounding Vlad the Impaler. They aren't accurate memes, but they're funny all the same. Alright, so let's see. That direction is how I get to Peak 15. I remember that. So let's go over here straight to Lorik Keen, and let's go get his mission. Oh, the character models do look so good. Even if the faces are a little stiff. I feel like if I was a historical figure, I try and start, have my scribes give me a cool name before I die. Yes! Also the castle from the Nosferatu as well. Oh, that'd be so cool. Coulson the Benevolent. There's a TV show I really love. Not a lot of people have seen it, Coulson. Called Miracle Workers. And every season they kind of tell a new story in like a new type of setting and theme. So the second season, they do a medieval kind of story, and one of the main characters, like the royalty, the entire like first episode, he's trying to come up with a cool nickname that they can write next to his painting, so that history will remember him as that name. And I like what he came up with. He came up with the awesome as his tagline. Oh, no. It wasn't the awesome. It was the pretty cool. That was it. Because somebody says, yeah, you're pretty cool. And then he becomes Chauncey the pretty cool. And he even paints it on the plaque next to his painting. And I love that. That would totally be me. A dumb little show, but it's a show I really loved and made me smile a lot.
Afternoon. Sit down.
But you saying that made me think of that. Mine would probably be, the introspective, maybe, because I'm one of those people that's always like questioning. Oh, it's not a very exciting name, and I definitely wouldn't be benevolent. The Fat, come on. I doubt that. If your Instagram picture is any indication, that's not accurate at all. If that's even you in your Instagram picture. Like, that didn't seem like it was accurate at all. Be more creative. All right. Well, I've already used existential. I can't use pretty cool because I just used that as... If I hadn't mentioned that, I'd probably say I'd be the pretty cool. The not bad. The sometimes gassy. I've been, ever since I hit my 30s, I've been gassy. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, I'm just always holding in a fart. And this has become a thing that, like, at work, I'm working next to somebody and I'm just like, I hope I don't let it out. I don't want them to feel it. I don't want them to hear it. Like, oh, I'm holding it in. So yeah, I'd be X-Turtle the gassy, probably. Yeah. It's become a thing in my 30s. When I get to my apartment, because I live alone and I don't have to worry about anyone else, I'll just let out farts whenever the hell I want. And it's so nice living alone and not having to worry about other people. It's so nice. Yeah, life lesson to anybody watching. If you live alone, just let them out. Just fart. You know, just be free.
Are you Lorik Keene? I've heard you might be able
Best
to
advice I could give to anybody on the
You are
planet.
Spectre that just arrived, are you
6
not?
foot, 300 pounds. That tagline fits me beautifully.
Okay.
Okay. 6 feet though. That's pretty nice. Like, I'm jealous of that. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'8" if I'm not hunching. But like, I have a bad back, so sometimes I seem shorter because sometimes I just kind of do a little bit of a hunch. But if I'm just standing normally, yeah, I think I'm about like 5'8". But yeah, okay, yeah. Pretty alright. I don't know. I'm a short guy. But I'm proud of being a short guy. It's not something I'm self-conscious about. It's not like my balding head where I'm self-conscious about that. Like, no, I revel in the fact that I'm a short guy. Like, whenever a tall person has like a big issue fitting in somewhere, I show off. Like, I'm gonna squeeze right through. I like being short. Mediocrely medium-sized king you are. You know what? I like that. Yeah. You know what? Mathana, you came up with a better tagline for if my name ever made it into history. Not mediocrely medium, but there is something that does define me very well. I am remarkably average in most respects. Like, I am viewed very averagely. I'm average height. I'm average weight. I'm an average personality. Like, everything about me is very average. So, like, I think I'd be the mediocrely average. I think that's what I would be. Like, as much as I actually really liked that other tagline I came up with, because I have become gassy in my 30s. Maybe it's because I eat a lot more vegetables and I just eat healthier. But yeah, the mediocrely average. There's a certain length that you may not be average in. Nope. I'm fully confident in everything that I am. I'm 100% average in everything. Yeah, that's right. Anybody can infer from that whatever they want. I'm not saying specifics, but yeah, I'm not ashamed. Completely average. I'm good with it. Anyway, video gaming.
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
Yeah, I got no shame.
You need a pass.
There's a line from another TV show I love called The Last Man on Earth. The main character, somebody's making fun of him for having an insufficient manhood. And he says something that I always loved, where he's like, "I'm proud of my little tea set," and I love that line. I love that line. It's such a good line. No, yes, I agree with that. Yes, average is fine. Average is where you want to be. Like, average is perfect for everything. Like, average height is perfect because everything is designed to fit you. You know, average weight is perfect because everything is designed to accommodate you. You know, average other stuff is perfect because, you know, the Goldilocks zone. Not too much, not too little. Yeah. And I could be talking about anything, you know, for the sake of keeping the stream family friendly, even though I never check that box that says this is for everybody. I always say this is not appropriate for children, my streams. I always check that box on YouTube. Like, this content is not made for kids. Do not recommend it for kids. Do not put it on YouTube, kids.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Ananias' actions. His hired goons are ransacked.
Oh, what a dumb little conversation. I love it.
I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Ananias would be disinclined to let you walk.
It's nice to talk to you, Mati. It's been a rough couple of days, so it's nice to actually have a little bit of time to just play games and just talk to a couple of cool people.
You have a plan?
Like, the last couple of days of work kicked my ass, man. My body was in such pain, and yesterday when I got home, I fully disassociated from life. I shut out the world. I didn't look at my phone. I forgot that my friend was going to be streaming, and I had a couple of days earlier even told him, like, "Oh, I'll make sure when I get home on Wednesday after work, I'm gonna go check out one of your streams." And then I got home and I was a zombie the entire rest of my day. Like, I just shut down. Like, I just started eating Cheetos and I put on a movie and I just did my best to forget the world. And I forgot to check out my buddy's stream. So the last couple of days have been pretty rough. But yeah, today has been nicer. Yeah, a nice little safe, relaxing space. I'm working currently, but it's like alert-based and maintenance, so I am just chilling at my desk while being here. Love it. That sounds nice. That sounds really nice.
If I have to kill the guards, I'm afraid I can't help you.
Yeah, I am a paragon. I cannot kill those guards.
Though I hasten to point
Yeah,
out that Ms.
sadly, I never have that ability in my job. My job is constant crunch. I'm always just physically busting my ass. Again, it kills me. Alright, Lorkeen. He wants your help recovering from the goons. Alright. I'm hoping my saying no, because I don't want to kill the guards, means I can still go into his office and then kill the guards. Because at least I tried not to kill them, so I still get Paragon points, right? Even if I end up killing them after the fact. I felt really bad about it, so Paragon. If it's alright with you, I'd love for you to turn subtitles on. I was avoiding that specifically because I was going for screenshots. I'm multitasking right now, listening to y'all. I'm burning through paperwork. That's awesome. Well, have fun with that. Let's see, subtitles. You know what? Yeah, there's a photo mode, so if I want to get screenshots, I'll just get screenshots in the photo mode. So yeah, I'll turn them on. What's it under? Gameplay? Subtitles. Up. There we go. Alright, I got subtitles on. Oh, no, no, no. Like, I have no problem with subtitles. It's just like this was going to be the first playthrough of a Mass Effect game I ever did without subtitles, just purely for screenshots. But that was before I knew that, because when I first started this playthrough, I had no idea that this game had a photo mode. So, like, that actually completely gets rid of the even worry of the subtitles. But also, I am really, 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 really good in Photoshop, and so I could always just remove the text also. Like, if it came down to that. Like, I do a lot of Photoshop. I love Photoshop. I would say it's one of my passions. Not so hot opinion. Every game needs a photo mode. I would say that is a good opinion. I agree with that. I've said this before numerous times. There are games that have photo modes that also have terrible photo modes. And so every game needs a good photo mode. Mass Effect Legendary Edition has a pretty damn good photo mode. It's not the best photo mode I've ever experienced, but it's pretty damn good. The only photo modes I can think of, yeah, I also hate games when they don't have a photo mode, because I love taking screenshots and I love messing around with those screenshots in Photoshop. I love making desktop backgrounds out of those screenshots. I love making like dumb, stupid webcomics out of those screenshots. But the best games I can think of for screenshots were the Shadow games, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. They had an amazing photo mode. It was intuitive. It had a lot of options built into the game. And it just felt fun to use. And then there's a new game on Nintendo called Donkey Kong Bonanza, which has an amazing photo mode. Everything about it felt so crispy and so good. And I wish every game had photo modes like those two games. I was cooking so hard with the photo mode in Days Gone. I've heard of Days Gone, but I don't remember off the top of my head what Days Gone is. Which game is Days Gone? That's not a zombie game, is it?
Spectre, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm a Spectre.
I used to be a military tech. Except for my ego's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
Yeah,
How can I get into the garage?
I need to get into the garage. Can you open the door?
Pass. You can get one from Analeus or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
But you have one. Can
Maybe
you just give it to me?
Yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
Well, I can appreciate that.
I
All
have to go.
right.
You need anything? I'll be here.
Well, I need your card. Anything but that. All right. I guess I have to agree to Laura Keene that I will just kill any guard that stops me. And get myself renegade points that I don't want to get. Ah. Grr. Alright. Alright. I'm trying not to get damn renegade points. But alright. Days Gone is really good. I really enjoyed it. Am I right? Is it a zombie game, or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. Oh, my charm is almost all the way up. I just need a little bit more Paragon points so I can get those last 2 points in. Technically not zombies, called Reapers. But are they zombie-like? Because maybe that's why I'm thinking zombie.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
Liara, this is a corporate planet. Nothing you have ever said is more accurate than what you just said. Be wary of this planet. It is a candy-coated heart of darkness.
Back again. What can
Rage was fun for screenshots. Oh yeah, Rage did have one, didn't it? Trying to think of other games that had really good photo modes. Did Dead Space Remaster have a photo mode? Ooh, Pat, if you're watching this in the future, I'm trying to remember if Dead Space had a photo mode. I feel like it would have, because I remember I had a couple of really good thumbnails that I feel like the only way I could have gotten those thumbnails would have been through a photo mode. Oh, but that was That was like a year plus ago. I don't remember.
I've been thinking over your difficulties with Analeus.
But yeah, I don't think Pat's here right now, but he tends to put on my my stuff for background noise when he's at work. So yeah, if you remember, because I probably won't remember to check after the stream. All right, we need each other here, Lorik. Oh, does the Ghost of Tsushima have one, or do you just want it to have one?
So if I help you,
Is
you'll
Ghost
help
of
me.
Tsushima even out yet?
You need to get into the garage.
I thought it was
Recover the
still.
evidence from my office.
I thought it hadn't
The garage
launched yet,
pass, as well as a sum of credits.
or maybe it has. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of the new one. Never mind. Yeah, not the yeah. Okay, never mind. Never. Never mind. My brain. Yeah. I was mixing up Ghost games. Yeah, I figured it out.
You have a plan?
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
However, there is one
I never
other.
played it myself,
What is that charge
but I've seen it
for
played.
expression?
And yeah, beautiful game. Absolutely gorgeous game.
Violence against Mr. Analeus'
Oh!
may be necessary.
I can think of another game
He
that
has
had a
my
really good
personal
photo mode.
security searching my office.
Horizon Zero Dawn had a pretty good photo mode.
Miss
Like, I remember having fun with that one.
Side employment.
And that also is a very gorgeous game. Horizon Zero Dawn. Alright. If I say I can't do that, then he won't give me the mission. So I'll say I'll figure something out. But I'm not going to say they're crooked, which is basically the same as saying they're dead. And, you know, that makes me kind of a premeditated murderer. No, I'll figure something out. And I'll talk to them. I'll negotiate.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
I'm not killing people. Flash forward like 3 minutes and there's gonna be blood all over that freaking office. Alright. But I'm not killing anybody. I don't know, I'm expecting it to be like dripping red with blood after I'm done. And I'll be thinking of a Rick and Morty episode that I really loved too, where he finally gets the guy that killed his wife. And it's like, did you do it? Like did you finish the job? And somebody else is like, that's not really an alive amount of blood, so I think he did it. He's just covered in the other guy's blood. That'll be Shepard here in a minute. Not really an alive amount of blood. Alright, come on. Yeah, they didn't really improve the elevator speeds, unfortunately. But they gave you the ability to skip the longer ones, which is cool.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Keen let me in. Like, he and I are buddies.
Lorik Keene gave me a pass in.
Keen? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Well, you're here illegally, evidently. So you need to leave under Spectre authority.
Analeus is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keen. Analeus has a Varen up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
I'm very okay with that. So I saved her life just now. Unfortunately, all the other guards, they don't give you the option to save their lives. That is unfortunate. Oh, okay then. What the hell? I'm firing a pistol, but I clearly have my assault rifle equipped. Wow, that was cool. Yeah, I have the Thunder equipped, but somehow it has the wrong gun. Like, that's a pistol. Or is this a single shot weapon? It must be a single shot rifle? Let me take a look at that really quick. Huh. It fires exactly like a handgun, but I guess maybe, yeah, this is a semi-automatic, not an automatic. All right, good to know. Okay, neat. It's a good weapon, though. Turns out I can't. I think I have settings so that only a handful of people could, like, only people that I have on a list can send me stuff on Instagram. Because I've gotten a lot of random stuff from people that I didn't know sending me stuff before. So that'd be a setting I'd have to adjust. I meant to follow you, and I just I don't actually sign into Instagram that much. I signed in this morning just to upload a dumb little webcomic I made while I was working on some templates this morning. But I didn't really actually do anything on Instagram. I just uploaded those pictures. I never actually, like, not never. I scarcely ever actually, like, browse Instagram anymore. Social media became a very polarizing place in 2025. And it kind of emotionally exhausts me. With how polarized and divisive everybody is. Oof. So, like, social media kind of became something that really started depressing me. Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Like, I didn't used to be that way. I used to actually enjoy social media to an extent. But, it's become such a toxic place. Like, I only really ever sign on to upload, like, drawings I've done, or maybe some webcomics here or there, and maybe message a couple of people that that's the only way I really have to talk to them. Like, there's a couple of people I used to work with, but that's kind of the only way I have to talk to them, and that's also kind of how my mom and I message each other. Since I asked her to start messaging me on Instagram a few years ago to save me on money for my texts. It's like, hey, Instagram's free for me. Can you just message me on Instagram instead of texting me all the time? I gotta tap out, y'all. Wish I could stay, but I've been volunteered for more work. Oh, I hate when people volunteer me for work. I'm sorry, man, but I hope the rest of your shift goes really smoothly. And thanks for stopping by. I loved having you here. Even if it was brief, like, I loved talking to you. It was great. Have a good one, man. Alright, I got the evidence. It's always so weird when they go to 6 and you expect it to be 4. Alright. There's a room back there. Up. I gotta make sure I can talk my way out of this. I don't want to kill anybody. I'm a Paragon, but I don't have a maxed out Paragon setting, so sometimes you can't always make the good decision. What are your most anticipated games, movies, shows of the future? Oh boy. I do have answers for that. So gaming-wise, for the immediate future, the next game I'm planning on getting, and I'm super excited for it, is Metroid Prime 4 for the Nintendo Switch 2. That's the game I've been excited about ever since 3, like back in like 2010. I've wanted them to make another one because the Prime games are so much fun, and they're finally coming out with it. So I would say like Metroid Prime 4 is the game I'm most excited for at the moment. There are some other games that I'm very intrigued by. I'd have to actually look up the titles. I'd know him if I saw him. I'm drawing a brain fart at the moment. But for movies and shows, the show I'm really excited for is the new Star Trek Starfleet Academy that's coming out next year. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. I really love Daredevil. I need to check to see if these shows are even getting new seasons. But there are some Apple shows that I really love called For All Mankind. And if they have another season coming, then I'm very excited for that. Murderbot on Apple. I really loved that show. And so if they got a second season, I'm excited for that. Yeah, The Boys season 5. I'm very excited for that because The Boys is awesome. Although I haven't watched much of its spin-off yet. I never finished season 1 of Gen V. But I know season 2 is out right now. But I love The Boys. Like, I'm all about Huey. That guy's awesome. Also, Stranger Things. I'm really excited for the final season of Stranger Things. Yeah, season 2 of Gen V. They were dropping episodes not too long ago of Gen V on Amazon Prime, I believe. So, but I still never got around to finishing season 1. So, like, one of these days, I've got to actually go back and do that. Yeah, season 2. Yeah. Unless I completely no, I saw them posting new episodes. Like, yeah, that's out. Yeah, there's no way I misread that. Like, yeah, that's out. That's totally out. All right, Kyra Sterling. I like how I'm asking, "Who are you?" to Kyra Sterling, but I literally met her on my way in.
You have me at a disadvantage, miss.
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling. Ilanis risk control.
What I saw of Gen V was good. I just got distracted by something else, real life stuff, and just like I was maybe like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I was really liking it. It was good. I liked that it was different enough from The Boys that it stood on its own, but it still felt like it existed in the world. And I liked the characters a lot, but I just got distracted and never went back. Oh, there is another show I really love. That it's an animated one on Amazon Prime. Invincible. I really like Invincible, and if they have another season coming, I'm excited for that. And on the animation front, I'm a huge Critical Role fan. Critical Role is a D&D show on YouTube, but they also made some of their campaigns into animated TV shows. So I am very excited for the next season of The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime and for The Mighty Nine on Amazon Prime. Those shows I am going to watch the ever-loving hell out of. I will watch them probably on day 1. Like, as the episodes drop. I won't wait for those. I'm still yet to watch it. Well, I mean, you know, it's easy to fall behind on shows. Like, there are shows that did come out that I was really excited to watch that I just still haven't gotten around to. So, I'm a big superhero fan, and in particular DC Comics. And Peacemaker, which is a show I really enjoyed of the first season, they came out with their second season, and I watched the first episode back, and I really loved it. And then I just never watched any of the other episodes. And one of these days, I'm just going to have to binge the hell out of it.
I didn't want to fight them.
But it's easy to just fall behind or just not be in the mood sometimes to... Oh, I picked the wrong time to scratch. All right, Overkill, Overload, and Singularity. Oh, oh, Lord. Oh, that was literally a massacre. Oh. All of your men are dead. Why are you fighting anymore? Oh, that was mean. I really want the new Peaky Blinders movie too. That series is peak. I love it. Yeah, Peaky Blinders. I've seen a little bit of Peaky Blinders, and what I saw was pretty great. I didn't know they were making a movie. I had no idea they were making a movie. That's really cool. Let's see, TV shows. I'm trying to think of movies that I'm really excited about. I think all the movies I was like really excited about already came out this year. The only movie I can think of movie-wise. No spoilers, but the series goes towards the movie route to end it. I know, yeah, there's a lot of shows I love where they end the story in movies. So Firefly did that. It ended the story in the movie Serenity. Farscape did that. They made a movie after the TV show got canceled to close out the story, and I thought it was really, really good. Babylon 5 sort of did that by continually making movies, like telling really cool stories. A lot of anime series also end in movies. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I still want, not to sound like too much of a nerd, I still want Pokemon to end Ash's story properly in like a movie. Like give him a really cool ending. But I'm a big Pokemon fan. You might not know like how they ended his story, which was already pretty cool. But like it could have been cooler. But yeah, I'll have to check out the Peaky Blinder movie. But movie-wise, okay, movie-wise, the only ones I can think of off the top of my head that I'm excited for from movies, because we've talked about TV shows and some video games. The only one I can think of is Supergirl. They're making a Supergirl movie to kind of follow the Superman movie that came out this year. And I'm actually very excited for it. It seems like it's going to be really comic booky and really fun and interesting and unique. And I love the casting they already have for it. It has really good casting. Ooh, high explosive 5. Yes, please. A decrypted wall safe in a decrypted room. Feels redundant. Nice. Oh, I'm getting my stuff now. How about you? What are some of the... Like, we talked about some of the shows. What are some of the, like, movies and games you're excited for? I really want to start watching more shit, but I am just more of a gamer, man. Kind of sucks, but I really have been wanting to watch Taboo for, like, 2 weeks now. I know exactly where you're coming from. I do watch a lot of stuff, but I have to juggle that with my gaming habit. So when I'm gaming... It's hard, like, I'll put on stuff I've seen before when I'm gaming and I'm not streaming. So, like, I'll put on a movie or a show that I'm familiar with as comforting background noise if I'm not using, like, YouTube and a speed run on GDQ or ESA. But watching new stuff, I can't do that while I'm playing a video game. Like, I just can't do it. And so it really... Like, I love video gaming, and sometimes it can be tricky to watch new stuff when you want to also be playing a video game. So lately, I haven't been watching any new stuff. The last couple of weeks, I don't think I've watched really anything new. And I have quite a few things on my list.
What can I do for you?
I thought he might have more dialogue.
I have to go.
After I shot up the office.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
I have no earthly idea. I bet you somebody must just be up to no good in that office.
It's probably Ananias' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Gaming-wise, I knew you were going to say GTA. I very specifically didn't say GTA because of that conversation we had the other day, where I mentioned how I'm probably going to be skipping GTA 6. unless the file size, unless the download size of the game is something that I can actually download onto my Xbox without having to buy a separate hard drive just to play a video game, because I can't justify that cost. I just can't. But if it's a game that's reasonably sized, and I'm not expecting it to be, then of course I will be getting GTA. Of course. But because I loved 5. 5 was fantastic. I had a blast with 5. Yeah, Ghost of Yotai. Oh yeah, everybody's excited for Ghost of Yotai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, everybody's excited for that. Yeah, I mean, the PC releases versus the console releases, you never know how long they're going to take. Oh, that's rough, buddy. The new 007 First Light. I've seen a little bit about that. I've seen a little tiny bit from 007 First Light. That looked really interesting. And yeah, from the people that are doing that, yeah, the makers of the Hitman reboot, which I love the Hitman reboot. I love that game. That game is one of those games I keep going back to because they just keep adding new stuff to do. And it's just something about it. It just feels good to hop back in and just challenge yourself. Like, go into a map and tell yourself, I'm going to do it this way this time. And I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do it this way. And it's also just a good way to unwind after a long day of work. So, Hitman I love. And it gives me a lot of hope for the new 007 game. Yeah, the roguelike is awesome. The roguelike mode, oh, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, the roguelike mode is so good. It's I told my buddy, because I've convinced him to play Hitman over the years. I think I even like convinced him to buy the game. I've told him before that the new, not new anymore, but I guess the roguelike they added is maybe the best part of the entire game. Like I have a currently fully decked out safe house in that roguelike mode with every single weapon and item purchased. And loads of the currency like saved up. Like I am going strong. Like if I lose, ooh, I'd be losing a lot. Oh man. Yeah, and they did get Mads Mikkelsen. They've gotten a lot of good celebrities to be elusive targets. They got Sean Bean. They got Sean Bean to get taken out an elusive target. They got Gary Busey to get taken out as an elusive target. They've gotten a lot of really good celebrities to be elusive targets, which is a really fun aspect of the game, I think. But the elusive targets also add a lot of replayability. Yes! Yes! Mothana, that's one of those games I couldn't think of off the top of my head, but you just mentioned it. The Wolverine game. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I agree that it sucks that it got like so leaked, but everything's been getting leaked these days. It's hard to kind of avoid getting leaked anymore. But that game looks freaking sick. The new Wolverine game looks awesome.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I hope that game lives up to expectations. Like, it looks so Wolverine and so comic booky and so fun. Yeah, Insomniac did kill it with Spider-Man. I never got to play Spider-Man 2 because they made Spider-Man 2 a PS5 exclusive. And I do not own a PS5. And I do not see me getting a PS5 because it's way too much money. And I bought myself a Switch 2. So, like, I'm not going to buy another psychotically expensive console. At least not anytime soon. If I ever find one used for, like, half price, I'd probably get one. But, they made Spider-Man 2 a PS5 exclusive, and that sucks. Because I loved their first take on Spider-Man. That first game was beautiful. That first game was so fun. And... I'm sad I can't play the second one. I'm so sad I can't play it. Yeah, maybe. I'm not really much of a PC gamer, Mathana. I'm really not.
Why is an internal affairs agent?
I have a thing about, like, I just don't really like playing on PCs.
I've been undercover for 6
I don't know.
months. I want you
I
to
prefer
convince Keene
consoles.
to
I prefer the
testify
dedicated hardware that's
with his
designed
evidence,
specifically
his
just to
plan
do
run
that,
profitably again.
and to leave the computer to do everything else. Plug that controller in and... No, it's not even just a controller issue. It's literally, like, like, my buddy streams, and he streams most of his games, I think all of his games, on his computer. And you can hear the fan from his computer. It's because his computer is probably running so hot because it's just processing so much to do at once. Like playing the video games, managing the stream, managing the recordings. And then there's also the drivers and maintenance, and the fact that so many new games come out and it's like, oh, and you need to have this level of graphics card. And it's just, the money gets to be so much. And the reason why I prefer console gaming is because you buy the console and then the games that are made for that console just work. Like, maybe they don't have the same kind of adaptability or modding that PC games have, or like super clocking that you can do with like PC game visuals and whatnot, but the games just work. And it's not putting any extra like tax on my PC. Like, it's not wearing down my PC anymore. Like, my PC is just managing my stream, and like that's it. Right now the load on it is so light, like I'm not even worried about my desktop. But my Xbox, it's the one funneling all the game work, and I feel good with it just worrying about the one thing that it's designed to worry about. And I know how you'd love modding Cyberpunk. I probably would. I probably would. But like, nah, I will never like be a PC gamer. It's not really my thing. I've played games on PC. I own a number of games on Steam, but most of them I bought just to be able to co-op with the Pac-Man, like Phasmophobia and Terraria. I own those in Steam and I've played them, but like I prefer them on console. Couple other games, like I owned Mass Effect 2 back in the day and I played that on PC. Knights of the Old Republic. But like, I prefer console dramatically and vastly.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need.
The Papman would agree with you, Mathana. Cyberpunk is, I think, one of his favorite games of all time also.
Look,
he loves it. He raves about it. I think it was for last Christmas. He bought it for me for Christmas because he wants me to play it so bad. And I do fully intend to get around to playing it. 100%, I fully intend to play it. Cyberpunk. I just haven't done it. It's on my list. And I will get around to it. I just don't know when. But he did buy it for me, so I do own it. I will get to it. I will help you.
All right, I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
I actually really like Gianna Parasini. She's on the level. That's what I really like about her.
What sort of offer did they make you? Good. Always a pleasure, Spectre.
I haven't played the Witcher games, and I feel terrible about it. I tried playing 3, but I just didn't enjoy it so much, to be honest. I never played any of the Witcher games. I know very little about them. Nothing about them really drew my attention, and I've never really heard anything about them that sounded like they were a game I had to play. I know a lot of people seem to love the TV show. I've never watched it, mainly because I'm not familiar with the video games. Alright, I need you to testify against Annaleus. Annaleus sucks.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Annaleus.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it?
Yes.
I have no interest in a public spectacle.
Do you have interest in being a hero?
Everyone on this station is chafing under Annaleus' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
No, like
investigating Annaleus.
even if you like completely crapped over my all-time like favorite games, like that, I will never besmirch anybody for having an opinion of their own. Like, if you don't like something that I love, that's fine. Like, I'll never understand these people. Okay. But there are people that do take stuff like that seriously, Mathana. Like, I've seen some streams where people get, like, so heated. Like, how dare you not like this thing that I love? And it's... That annoys me when people do get like that. Like, nah. Like, everyone has their opinions. Like there's people that come into my streams sometime that, like, that don't like Star Trek. When I'm talking about Star Trek, they'll hear me talking about Star Trek, and I'm a mega fan. As you can see by, like, the multiple paintings and posters behind me. And, like, they're like, yeah, I could never get into it. I'm like, all right, cool. That's great. What do you like? Like, that's completely fine. Not everything has to work for everybody. So, like, to be honest, I've never been drawn to The Witcher. I'm aware of its existence, and I'm aware that people love it. But nothing about it ever tempted me. Like, I know it's probably a very unpopular opinion, but yeah. I'll shrug my shoulders at The Witcher. Like, whatever. This day and age, if you don't like what they like, they'll just shit on you. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I stay away from social media these days, because, like, all the discourse that's on there, if you just have a different opinion from somebody on anything, it could be something serious and political, or it could be something silly and, mundane, like a video game. But, like, if you just have a different opinion from people nowadays on social media, more often than not, you're not going to get people who are like, that is an interesting opinion. They're going to instead be like, you're wrong because you're stupid. Like, that's the kind of reactions you get now. Sky Commander, welcome back. How have you been the last few days, Sky Commander? So, yeah, I welcome respectful differing opinions. As long as people are always respectful, that's the key important thing. Like, yeah, have a different opinion. Go for it. Like, if I talk about something that I love and you want to tell me that you hated it, absolutely tell me. But, just don't say I suck because I love something. Like some people will do on social media. Like, just tell me your opinion. I'd love to hear it. Because differing opinions, the Papman and I, we always have, like, deep conversations about a lot of movies, TV shows, books, video games that we enjoy, and we like to just debate them with each other. A lot of times we agree, but there are times where we pretty dramatically disagree. And you know what? Those are great conversations. I love those. Like, there are some movies that we just cannot see eye to eye on, and it's fantastic.
The male human at the hotel bar. He's a sales rep for Binary.
Good so far. Occasional headaches, but other than that, I'm okay right now. Yeah, I know how you feel, Sky Commander. I've had a bit of a headache all day today, kind of like just piercing, and it lessened up a little bit a couple hours ago, so I decided to finally get around to. I was gonna start my stream a little bit earlier than I did today, but my headache was kind of making me not want to, and then it lessened a little bit. But I'm actually a person that's very prone to headaches. I've not struggled, but I've had headaches pretty much consistently my entire life. So I know how frustrating a bad headache can be, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know who I am?
My guest goes on weather changes. Winter is coming. That includes changes of air pressure. For me, I think it's just something that's in me. Like, I think it's just something genetic, because I've always had headaches, but it could also be weather related for some people. Like, I know my sleep gets affected very heavily by the temperature. So when things get colder, and right now things are getting colder, my sleep gets better. It just always every year gets better. Like, it just becomes smoother, simpler, because I'm a person that I have massive sleep problems. I struggle with sleep. But I struggle with it the least in winter. But then when summer comes around, when it starts getting hot, my sleep suffers. My sleep really suffers bad. It becomes an issue. Even with an air-conditioned room, something about the change in the air, in the environment, just somehow messes with my physical chemistry. Regarding opinions, you like Star Trek. I never got into Star Trek, but I love how much you love it. You see that kind of opinion? I'm all for that. Like, it's not for everybody. Like, I grew up with it, so it's fully a part of who I am. But like, there's nothing wrong with people like it's not really their thing, and that's completely okay. You were always more of a Star Wars person. I have a Vader in my PC case looking at me at all times. I'd show you, but yeah, no, yeah, Star Wars is cool. I'm a fan of Star Wars. I am nowhere near the fan of Star Wars that I am of Star Trek. But I like, if I were to turn around my webcam, I don't really want to do that because that side of the room is really dirty. But if I were to turn around my webcam right now, on the other side of my TV, I've got a Clone Wars poster, the animated TV show, not the movie, because I thought that show was phenomenal. Like, everything about the Clone Wars TV show I thought was phenomenal. Ahsoka Tano is by far my favorite character in all of Star Wars. But I love the TV show. I love Star Wars Rebels. I really enjoyed the first. I loved the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. 3rd season was fine. I absolutely adored both seasons of Andor. I adored Rogue One, and I love the first 6 Star Wars movies, episodes 1 to 6. 1 to 3 are a little campier and a little sillier, but you know what? They're still fun movies. And 4 to 6 are much more classic and very Star Warsy, but also great movies. I did not like 7, 8, and 9. 7 was fine, but it wasn't original. But it was a watchable, enjoyable film. But it was fine. 8, I thought was terrible. And I've hated it more as time has gone on. 8 just took a big old dump all over Luke Skywalker, in my opinion. And then 9 had no idea what kind of movie it wanted to be. And it was obvious that the writers were literally writing the film as the movie was being made. It was painful to watch. 9 was rough. But I am a Star Wars fan. If I had to pick between the two, I would pick Star Trek every time. But Darth Vader is awesome. Rogue One, what he did in Rogue One, that was awesome. I'm into both, but for a change more on ships. In case of Star Wars, I remember not only number of ship models, but even their manufacturers. That's cool. That's awesome. I know a lot about the ships in both Star Wars and Star Trek because I am a big like sci-fi ship person. So I used to be able to name like all the like ship classifications. Like that's a Corellian ship in Star Wars, and like I can still name most of the Star Trek ships. Like I can even tell you their serial numbers off the top of my head because that's how big of a Star Trek nerd I am. NX74205. And then I believe the Voyager is NCC 76566. I believe that sounds right. But yeah, I used to know like all the ship names and classifications and all that back in the day. I don't know if I'd still know it.
I don't know anything about binary.
Everything I know about Star Trek is that Spock guy, and that the King of Jordan, King Abdullah II, was actually in an episode. Was he? I did not know that. They had a real life king in an episode of Star Trek.
Much of PH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria
From Voyager, I only know its class, Intrepid. It is an Intrepid class. Very nice. That is true. My favorite. Okay, since you were saying you're more familiar with Star Wars, my favorite Star Wars ship of all time, and this has not changed even with all the modern stuff they've been doing, is the Ebon Hawk from Knights of the Old Republic. I think that ship, something about its design is gorgeous. It's perfect. I love that ship with all my heart.
You think there's uniforms just for show?
Our current king was in an episode. I'll get the episode name now. Yeah, which episode of which show? Because I am very curious. That had to be the next generation maybe. Oh no, but you said current king. So no, did they have a king on a newer episode? Like that would have had to have been Star Trek Discovery. I don't feel like I remember reading an article about a real-life king or even real-life royalty making it into a Star Trek episode recently. That's neat. That's awesome. King Abdullah II bin al-Hussein, born January 30th, 1962. King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, an acknowledged fan of Star Trek. That makes me love him already. King Abdullah, then a prince, appeared as an uncredited extra in the Star Trek Voyager second season episode Investigations. Voyager executive producer Jerry Taylor commented, "Take away the title and the trappings, and at the core you have a Star Trek fan." That's crazy. Dynamic class freighter, that one was cool. Yeah. That's crazy. Investigations. Oh. I don't remember that episode from the title. Ooh, what episode was Investigations? All right. All right. Normally I don't like to browse my tablet while I'm streaming, but I'm gonna Google that episode really quick. Like, the moment I get the episode description, I'll be like, "Oh, that episode. Okay, that's neat." Learn something new every day. So Voyager Investigations, and they had a real royal. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Sorry if I'm not playing the game. This will just take a second. He brought up something that really interests me. Voyager Investigations. Neelix searches for a traitor aboard Voyager using his morning news program. Oh, that episode. Okay. Okay, that episode. They got him for that episode? What a random episode. He's always been a huge Star Trek fan. Oh, I'm a psychotic Star Trek nerd. I've seen every single thing Star Trek's ever done multiple times. My favorite one is most probably J-type Starskiff from Nubia Star Drives Inc. One of the Nubians. The Nubian class ships are really cool. The is that the Naboo Starfighter, or is that the big See, yeah, I don't know all the classifications to that extent on Star Wars, but is that either the Nubian Starfighter from Episode 1, or is that Padme's cruiser, like her royal escort? Because both of those ship designs are really cool, though the Nubian Starfighter is gorgeous. I love the design on that. Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, that is not one of my favorite episodes. No offense to the king. Like, that's not a bad episode. It's not a bad episode. I remember the episode's fine. But it's also not one of the episodes of the series where I look back on it like, I love that episode. Like, there's a lot of episodes of Voyager where I think on casually, like, I love that episode. That episode is so good. That episode, Investigations, solidly okay. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad.
What they might be doing somewhere else doesn't just.
But I'm gonna have to rewatch it to figure out to actually see him, like to figure out which character he was. That's really cool. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch that episode. Maybe I'll put that on before I go to bed tonight.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I think I'll put that on. Investigations, Season 2, Episode 20. Oh, that's cool. The N1 Starfighter nor J-Type 327. If you are close, it's that gold-plated flying wing design which Padme flew to Mustafar. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty cool ship. That's a pretty cool ship. I always loved the N1 Starfighter. When I was a kid, I played the hell out of the Nintendo 64 Battle for Naboo. And I absolutely loved being able to pilot one of those N1 Starfighters. It was so much fun. It was like Rogue Squadron, but with the N1 Starfighter. I need something mind-blowing to watch. Twist, cinematography, dark. Can be a series or a movie. Can be sci-fi, but I want to be hooked. I love true crime. I love crime shit too. Go. Okay, if you want a really amazing show with twists that's dark and has a phenomenal cinematography and a killer story, that I can think of two shows off the top of my head that were both just amazing, on all of those levels. The first show I can think of is Dark. It's literally called Dark on Netflix. Went on for 3 seasons, and it is one of the single best sci-fi shows I've ever seen. It's all in German. Yes, the German one. It's all in German, but it's like one of the best shows I've ever seen. I was hooked from the first episode to the last. I was absolutely hooked. Oh, you know it. Okay, you've already seen it. Okay. Then I can think of a couple other shows. So yeah, Dark is always one I recommend when people are like, I want something with amazing twists and cinematography, because that show blew my mind. Another show I would highly recommend. It was only a 1-season show, but I was like really intrigued by it, and it really hooked me. Midnight Mass on Netflix. It's like a pseudo-religious horror show with a little bit of a mystery of like what's going on kind of thing going on in the background. But it's a really well-written, well-acted, well-performed, like high cinematography show. Only 1-season show, so it's like a limited series show. I think it was always intended to only be a 1-season show, but it's really, really good. And then there's another show I really loved. It does have a little bit of nudity here and there. I don't know if that offends you or not. But it's a Netflix show I really found fascinating. It was one of the most original shows I've ever seen, called Sense8. Sense, and then the number 8. That show had me hooked, like from beginning to end. I was just like, I fell in love with all the characters. I fell in love with the premise. I fell in love with how they executed all of the story and how they executed the interactivity between the characters. Like the show was so unique. I literally just fell in love with every single character. So I would highly recommend, and it's a very international show, which is what I really love about it too. So there's characters from like different countries all over the world. So it's not just, people in the United States, like a lot of those shows end up turning into, which, like, no, it's people from, like, it's people from Iceland. It's people from Africa. Like, it's such an interesting show. And it's also just, it's almost like a love letter to humanity, because it shows so many different perspectives and so many different cultures and so many different opinions. And that show is one of my favorite shows, Sense8. I highly recommend that show. So if you're looking for a couple of shows, I would say those shows are really good, really intense shows. They both have their fair share of darkness. They both have twists, and they're both just interesting as hell. So like those shows I would highly recommend as some of my favorite like rewatches. Like I rewatch those shows all the time because they're just so good. Oh, I need to talk to... I've gotten so distracted talking about some of my favorite shows. I forgot to go get the garage key. But yeah, those are the two ones I can think of off the top of my head if you're really looking for like great cinematography, great writing, great performances, and just great twists and storytelling. Abdullah's cameo was arranged as a surprise for him by his U.S. advisor. That's so cool. The prince, who at the time of his cameo was 34 years old, enthused. I would have been thrilled just to visit the set, but this is too much. After being put into makeup, given pointed sideburns, and then fitted for his uniform, a lieutenant of the sciences division. He must have been a Vulcan. That's so cool. He rehearsed and shot his scene. He appears in the episode's opening scene as a science officer. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. I love stuff like that. That's awesome. Like, I love that story. I've never heard that story too, and I've heard a lot of Star Trek stories. So yeah, thank you for teaching me something new today that I did not know about Star Trek. I'm gonna rewatch that episode after I end this stream when I'm get like kind of winding down for the rest of the day. And I'm gonna keep an eye out for a pointy sideburn guy in the beginning of the episode.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
Yeah, I convinced Keen to testify, and then I talked about movies and TV shows for 20 minutes. So, are you gonna give me the garage key?
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport.
No, I genuinely like
I didn't think
her
you'd
as a
help me,
character.
being a Spectre and all.
Because she's just
I guess
doing her
some of
job.
you can
She's
be
just
all
on the
right.
level. I thought you'd be happier.
Doesn't this help?
Yeah,
you?
she's just somebody trying to
You
do the
don't
right
seem
thing.
particularly
I like it.
happy.
I'm ecstatic, but right now, I just feel like a long day of work is ending.
I also relate
While
to
you
that.
were working
Oh,
on
I'm
Keen,
the
I got
happiest
your
person in the
garage
world.
pass.
Can't you tell?
Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
Yeah.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
She does take me up on that. She does buy me a beer in the future. Yeah, I'm genuinely a fan of hers. She just feels like a real character. Like, there isn't a lot to her, and you don't get to, like, interact with her that much in the series, but, like, she just feels like a real person just trying to make a difference. Like, yeah, just a normal person with a normal job. Like, looking into corruption. I like that. God. I know if I was just surprised, Mothana, one day randomly with like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna take you over to the where they're filming the new Star Trek show, and you're gonna just pop up in an episode. It's like, what? That would make my life. Like, I would have that carved into my tombstone. Was on this one random episode of Star Trek. Like, I would literally put that in my will that you need to carve this on my tombstone. Like, that's how cool I think that is. In fact, I'd get one of those tombstones that would have a picture, and it would be a picture of me in whatever costume they put me in for that episode. It would just be a screenshot of me from that episode. That would be the greatest thing I could ever get. Like Moist Critical being an extra on the set of the Hunger Games. Was Moist Critical a big fan of the Hunger Games, and then he got to be an extra on set? That is pretty cool. He was. That's very cool. I was not personally a fan of the Hunger Games. I saw the first movie, and like it was like I didn't have a problem with it, but I didn't really like it either. Like it was a movie. Like I watched it. I enjoyed it for what it was, I guess, but I've never had any desire to ever go back and rewatch it. And I didn't care enough to watch any of the future ones. So like I've only ever seen the first one, and that was it.
I heard the administrator's been arrested. Any chance you had
It was a series I just couldn't get into.
He was corrupt.
But I know a lot of people love it.
I wish you could take them all.
Hunger Games is just a bunch of rich guys dressed in weird clothes, seeing people die. Some Squid Game shit. Yeah. Although Squid Game, though, is like, oh, I loved Squid Game. Especially the first season. But, like, yeah, Squid Game's awesome.
I have to go.
But, I don't know, Hunger Games, like, it was fine. I know it became, like, a huge part of the cultural zeitgeist for a while there. I so hate how they ended it. Oh, did they, wait, which one? Hunger Games or, Squid Game?
Access to the garage is restricted.
Because I don't know how they ended Hunger Games. Oh, okay. You're talking about Squid Game. Okay. I haven't seen the newest season of Squid Game, so no spoilers. But yeah, season 1 was so good. Like, oh my god.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Oh, don't worry. I got this. I'm sure this will all be smooth. I won't be attacked right here. Don't. Oh, don't. No. Even if something is widely considered bad, if it's part of the story, then I'm a firm believer in taking it in. So, the first 3 Indiana Jones movies are really, really good movies. And then you have the 4th one that they made with Shia LaBeouf. And it exists. And I'm happy I watched it. I don't like it. But I'm happy I watched it because it's part of the story. So like I'm a big believer in like if you love a property, you got to stick with that property, even to the end. Like I'm a fan of Mass Effect Andromeda, even though it is nowhere near as good as Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. Like I am a fan of that game. I played through all of it, and I played through it multiple times. Like, and it is nowhere near as good as the original trilogy. So like I would absolutely watch the new season of Squid Game, even if everyone said it was terrible. I would still watch it, even if it might take me a minute to get to it. Yeah, because it's part of the story. Like, you know, I don't want to miss part of the story. Oh, that poor Geth. Oh, he was trying. Oh, that. All right, let's see if we can give this guy a chance. Oh, come on.
Fan out and secure the area.
That
No
was
one
just
gets in or out.
mean. He was just like, I'm gonna get you. One of the Indiana Jones movies was filmed in Jordan. I do believe I remember. I don't remember which one, but I think I do remember knowing that. Yeah, The Last Crusade. Ironic fact, that is my favorite of the Indiana Jones movies. So my favorite Indiana Jones movie was partially filmed in Jordan. Very cool. I think that is the best of all 5 of those films by far. In part because of the amazing gravitas of Sean Connery, but also I think the story is really good. It was filmed in Petra. Okay. Yeah, totally no bias. Nothing wrong with some healthy bias. Every now and then, sometimes we need to embrace our bias. Like, I'm 100% biased towards Star Trek. So, like, yeah. Nothing wrong with some healthy bias. Alright, I had to blow up that tank. Just felt right. Oh, did I ever talk to her about, like, was she surprised about this being, like, Geth attacking us? I heard her say, like, what the what? Knock, knock. Yeah, oh yeah. Knock, knock, you're about to get shell-shocked.
What did you do here, Commander?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Inside space station voice, even though we're not in space. Inside facility voice. I was just defending myself. Oh, you're actually doing a knock-knock joke. Who's there?
Me. I'm the victim here. The Geth attacked us.
Dishes who?
You expect me to... Where did they come from?
If I were to guess, the matriarch packed them in the shipping container she arrived with.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia Sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
Dishes, Sean Connery. Very nice, very nice. Dishes, Sean Connery. I can't do a good Sean Connery. I'm Sean Connery. Bowen. Moneypenny. I can't do accents. I am not a voice actor. There's another one that's like that too.
100?
With Michael Caine.
They're machines. Pack them tightly.
Like, you know, there's always the big joke that he's obsessed with drugs because saying his name is like saying my cocaine. My cocaine, when you say it in his accent. What's your name? My cocaine. You have cocaine? Very nice, though. Classic dad joke. Sean Connery's voice. I can absolutely in no way, shape, or form do a Sean Connery accent, but I'll still do it. Some of my favorite movies were Sean Connery. Well, maybe not absolute favorites, but some of the like top movies for me. Maybe not top 10, but like maybe like top 20 or top 30. I can do a pretty funny Indian accent. I definitely cannot do an Indian accent. I can't really do most accents. I can do like a really terrible French accent, but it's like really mean to like French people. I have adapted the American accent over the last few years. Americans, we sound terrible. The American accent is so blah. Ugh. It's like the worst accent on the planet. everyone else has a better sounding voice than Americans, in my opinion. Oh, there you are. I see that missile, and I saw it hit my butt. Haha. Oh, look at him fly. That's cute. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, this is therapy. Dude, they make fun of me here because of how I sound. Everyone speaks like they're about to blow you up. Meanwhile, I am the only American sounding one. No, the ragdoll physics is the best thing in Mass Effect. I even said to my best friend when he was talking up this game that that's the only thing I hope they didn't change was the ragdoll physics, because the ragdoll physics were so insanely off the reservation in the original. Like, that would be heartbreaking to lose the ragdoll. Got him. I only took, I think, one hit there. That's not too bad. Yeah, there's no accents where I live. Like, everyone just sounds the same. It's boring. Nothing interesting. Of course, I live in, like, the middle of nowhere, so we have no interesting people here at all. It's the most boring place on the planet. Nothing interesting happens. We have no event spaces. Like, there's nothing to do. We have no, like, real museums. We have no culture of any kind here. Or at least not where I live. Like, there are no shows that happen here. There's no, like, comedians. There's like, literally nothing where I live. Who's still shooting? I don't see where I'm being shot from. Actually, I'm not being shot. Somebody's just shooting. Yeah, alright. Hopefully I find them at some point. They're not. Oh, they're behind the Mako. Okay. And I think they died because I just got experience. You know a game I really love the ragdolls of? Dying Light. Drop kicking a zombie off of a tall building and watching them flop. Then their head splitting in two on impact is sexy as hell. Let's see. The ragdoll physics I really loved, I think, were from Insomniac's first Spider-Man game. I really loved the ragdoll physics in that. They were hilarious. I hit the wrong button. Okay. It's very forgiving. I wonder if it's because I'm just on normal difficulty that they let me keep trying. Ooh, new heavy armor. I'm going to take a look at that in a second. Now, my second playthrough of this game will definitely be on legendary difficulty once I have a New Game Plus going, and I can come in with my full soldier that has the biotic singularity. Then I'll be much better equipped to take on everything on legendary. Yeah, I think my favorite ragdoll physics were always Mass Effect, but then I would put Spider-Man. I am not on a Series X. I am on a Series S because I'm a broke-ass hobo. And it was cheaper. So, no, definitely not an X. I couldn't justify the expenditure. It was too much money. But I found a very reasonably priced S. And it's been working out beautifully for me. Like, I think I've only ever had, like, one console crash in the, like, many, many, many hundreds of hours I put into this since I got it. Which is a pretty good average. Gotta say. It's not bad. They go for so much cheaper here. Do I go for it for casual gaming? I also have Game Pass. I do not have Game Pass. I've never been a big fan of the Game Pass feature because I'm a person that generally likes to own the games that I play. But I do see the utility in Game Pass. So like I fully recognize it's a service that people love. It's just not really my kind of service. But do you go for it for casual gaming? That's really a personal choice on that one. I love it. I think it's a really good console. I like having a dedicated console that doesn't tax my computer. And the S plays games beautifully. Like it's played everything I've thrown at it. So like, yeah, it has a solid state drive. It runs beautifully. The only downside of it, and this is a big downside, is it's a digital-only console. So if you own physical copies of games, there's no disc tray, which is a very big issue. Like, that sucks. I don't know if you can plug in an external disc drive and then play games that way. I've actually never tried it. I've never even Googled it. That could be a good way of actually making the Xbox One S even more valuable, because then it isn't just a digital console if you can just plug in an external one in one of the USB ports. That would actually be really cool if you could do that. I need to Google that because I have some physical games that I didn't think I'd ever be able to play again. And that's an interesting idea that I can't believe I never thought of until just now. Huh. I wonder if that would work. Probably not. But yeah, that's a tough one to like say like whether I think you should or shouldn't. Like all I know is I love my Xbox One S. It's been really good to me. But I can't say whether or not you should or shouldn't. That's 100% your call. You can't because it needs a special type of them, and I very much doubt the fact that they make them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was hoping it might just any disk drive, but yeah, that makes sense. You'd need a special optical drive to probably read the specific types of Microsoft disks. That makes sense that they would make it that proprietary. Though, I might be able to jerry-rig something. I'll have to look into this. I might be able to come up with some kind of... There might be somebody out there who sells like modded, like normal external disk drives that maybe are able to just read Xbox games. I should look into that, because if that's only like... If I could find something like that for like 40 or 50 bucks, that might be justifiable. That's not bad. I should look into that. That's what I was thinking too, but the Series S would need some kind of modding too. Well, not if it's an external, right? Like if it's an external disc reader, and the disc reader is designed to be able to read the discs, and theoretically, wouldn't all you need is a USB port at that point, which the Xbox One S has? Theoretically. If the disk drive was already like pre-modded to be able to read the discs. Because it's not like you'd be hacking the console to play illegitimate games. Like it would just be modifying a disk drive to be able to read something you already own. It's an interesting idea. I will have to look into that. Like yeah. Damn it. Hard to dodge when they're just right there. There we go. But yeah, I've become pretty big in the, maybe not big. I've become pretty, moderately involved in the modding scene as of late. Yeah, I should look into that. I'm on a few, I'm on a few Reddit threads about, modding that might have some, like I should bring that up there and see what, some of the people have to say. I've actually found Reddit to be a pretty good source of, just like information in general for things of that nature. Like, people actually provide genuine feedback as opposed to just like crapping all over you. Like, they actually instead talk about the specifics and the details, and I love that. The software is different from the Series X, making it not read a disk drive by default, so it needs some kind of setting being enabled through modding for... Well, yeah, but that would be potentially easy. I manually soldered a 256 gig storage mount on an iPhone I was testing on. It didn't work until I installed the new iPhone software. But, yeah, but even installing something like that, like just like soldering on like a new drive, for example, wouldn't be overly difficult, or even like adding in some kind of mod chip. Not the hardest thing in the world. More involved, and definitely scarier. I'll admit that. Like, the moment soldering becomes involved, it does become a scarier endeavor. I was lucky with one thing I modded recently. I won't say what it was because, you know, just in case. But there was a thing I modded that if it had needed a mod chip, then there would have been a big risk, like a 50-50 risk that even if you do everything right, it could have screwed the thing up. But luckily, I was able to get it to the point where I didn't need to use a mod chip, and I was very happy about that. Would I have done a mod chip, though, if it had come down to it? Maybe. Probably. I was leaning towards it before I found out a way to do it without the mod chip. The thing I did. Alright, let's overload you also because you're synthetic. Alright, stop flying. There you go. That poor Krogan. I think that was a Krogan. That might have been a Geth. Actually, yeah, it was probably a Geth. Alright, stop flying. There you go. I love this gun. Okay, it's not a full auto, but I love this gun.
Biohazard materials present throughout
It hits like a truck.
Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
I know exactly the device you're talking about because I did the same thing. Okay, yeah. See, yeah. Just like me though, you're not saying it just in case. But yeah. Yeah, I was definitely thinking about it, and then I found out I didn't need to, and I was really lucky. Turned out I had one of the original launches of that particular device, and I was on a pre-patched version that didn't need to worry about a mod chip. But even with the mod chip, like, there was a risk. Like, you could do everything right and it would just go wrong. You don't mess with that company. Oh yeah, like, you do not. Oh yeah. Oh damn it. Yeah, that's true. Similar things are nice. Oh damn it. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how scary that company is. And it's distracting me. There we go. Hey, I give that company a lot of my business. A lot of it. I've given them so much money over the years, I don't even know. Garrus, you scared the crap out of me. Where the hell did you come from?
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people as much as they want to keep others out.
Oh, I am getting so much loot. After this mission, I might even have enough to sell to get myself a Spectre weapon. Because I was already like halfway there once I sold my early stuff. And the later stuff is a higher rank and it's worth a lot more money. Can't attach an external disk drive, unfortunately. Damn it. Oh well, it was a nice idea. Thanks for looking that up. Like, that was something that, yeah, the moment you mentioned it, I found it to be such an interesting idea. I think that's... Do I have a Thunder 4 right now? So a Thunder 5 might be a better gun. I'll have to look. No support for external disk drives. Unlike some previous Xbox models, the Series S has no compatibility with external disk drives, whether Blu-ray drives or optical drives. Experimental drives to connect external Blu-ray drives to read physical game discs have failed, even for backwards compatible Xbox One, Xbox 360 games. That is unfortunate. Ooh, they locked that down tight. That is terribly unfortunate. It is a better Thunder. Yes, please. Oh, that's a lot more damage. All right. I have polonium 4 rounds, which are working really well. But let's go for polonium 5. Then what's that other thing I got on here? The kinetic stabilizer, so more stability. But let's get a better one on there. Ooh, rail extension. More damage, but less heat absorption. But a lot more damage. Let's test the fire rate. Let's see how that handles, like how many shots I can get off before it overheats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get a lot of shots off with that before it overheats. I think I might keep the extra damage on that. Oh boy. Oh boy. And it's pretty stable. Oh boy, that's a mean gun. Alright, now it's 23% more powerful. And it's a higher level. So that's better in every way. Ooh, that's mean. Alright, shield boost. Oh, I gotta get a better adrenaline burst. Super important. And fitness. I also need immunity. Alright. Oh, right. My squad. I want you to be a master thrower. And I have not been using lift, but I probably should be. Alright, Garrus. Apparently I've forgotten to level you up a couple of times. So let's get you medium armor. I'm not going to worry about shield boost on you just now. Let's see, damping. What does damping do again? 50 damage in a 6-meter radius. Enemies cannot use biotic or tech abilities for a short time, so it dampens their abilities. Haha. And stuns. Huh. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, let's give you some damping. Let's give them all some more offensive abilities that I can use. There we go. There we go. You guys are ready to fight. I'm just creepily staring right at Liara.
I do not like this place.
Shepard, don't be creepy. Freaking Shepard. Alright. Alright, let's be shocked by... Oh, no, this isn't that part yet. I thought we were going to be surprised by an extinct species. Alright, Liara. Master throw. Polonium up the butt. Lift. Well, that did nothing because he died before it could. Yeah, this is a strong gun. This is a very strong gun. It like hits like a shotgun, but with the range of an assault rifle.
What was that?
All right, here's the here's the extinct species, the Rachni. Very cool species. They have a neat story. Like, they have a really neat story. Ow. Ow. Exploding babies. They also have exploding babies. Which, how did the species ever propagate itself when their babies explode?
Xenobiology is not my field. Maybe someone...
Wow, this guy did not want to die. I guess I get that. Personal logs. Administrator Tartakovsky. That is last time. Weird way of wording that. No more will I use that transport carrier. 3 shipments we lose in Macedon system in 1 month. They are too stupid or too slow. If only Gregor still ran his shipments, he would get what I need and no mercenaries would dare to stop him. My internet died, but I made it back. We've all been there, man. I've actually been really lucky so far. Because the internet so the internet in my apartment is spotty at best. So it has issues. Like it's been prone to cut off pretty regularly. And since I've been streaming again, it hasn't had any problems. So I've been really lucky about that the internet hasn't just cut off in the middle of a stream. But one day it will, and I need to be ready for that. I need to be mentally prepared. Also, you just reminded me, I need to turn on the air conditioner in my bedroom really quick. I will be right back. There we go. Helps to turn that on a little bit before I go to lie down, because it gets the room cold, and cold helps my sleep. The prophecy is true. I want you streaming again. Well, okay. I've just been lucky, because it will happen. Like, the fact that it hasn't already is amazing, but, like, it will happen. I know it'll happen. It always happens. Alright. Somebody pops out of one of these vents. Must be this vent. No? Strange. Maybe they moved the vents. Alright, I got some weapon research. What speeds are you on with your internet plan? To be honest, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's good internet. Like, it's solid internet. It's just, like, it always goes down for, like, an hour at a time. Like, very frequently. And I have no other options for service providers. I have one option where I live. So I either go with them or I don't have internet. But I don't remember off the top of my head the speeds on my plan. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I've had the internet go down for like 5 minutes and I've had it go down for like an hour. And this happens all the time. Like, pretty frequently. Usually in the mornings when I'm first getting my day started. Alright, I didn't miss anything. I thought I missed a crate. But, like, yeah, it's happened pretty frequently. It's made me really mad, actually, because, you know, internet's not cheap. And I pay for your service. And they provide me with absolutely terrible service. There it is. There's the guy. I knew somebody was going to pop out of one of those. Just couldn't remember which. It is what it is. I'd say download your media often so you can be safe. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I have backups of most of my stuff. A lot of the Blu-rays I bought over the years have they come with like the digital backup codes. So as long as you download it while that code is still valid, then you have a digital version of the movie along with like the Blu-ray. So I have a lot of movies that I can carry along with me. So like I've got numerous like awesome movies downloaded onto my tablets, like just in case all internet goes down and I don't have access to any of my like normal conventional stuff, I can always just put on something for background noise. on my cheap little Amazon tablets. Which, by the way, Amazon is a horrible company, but unfortunately they make cheap working technology. I hate them as a company, but I sadly have given them my money. Because I couldn't say no to the decent price. It's not a great tablet, but like, it does everything I need it to do. Even handles some emulators pretty well. For like retro games, not for anything modern. Alright, we got babies. Ooh, those babies reacted weird to the singularity.
A backup power system, Commander. It must be for the station.
I do need me a cheap tablet for watching shit in bed. Yeah, for watching stuff in particular, I have found that the Amazon Fire tablets are like, they are very cheap, but they work really well for watching stuff. Like the sound quality is surprisingly not bad for onboard speakers. Though if you have a portable speaker, you know, just plug it in and you have the portable speaker. Or if you use headphones, then it's not an issue at all. But like the onboard speakers are not bad. They actually work solidly well. Yeah, I'm Android all the way. I don't do Apple. Apple is way too proprietary and way too expensive. I am not an Apple user. Yeah, the Amazon Fire ones are super cheap. They aren't exactly high end, but you know what? They perform all the basic functions I need them to. They allow me to surf the internet, and they allow me to watch movies, TV shows, and YouTube very effectively, and listen to music. So for like a $30 tablet or something, it is fantastic, and it's been working for years. So like they're dependable. They keep on going. I'm a fan. I hate the company, but I like that the device was cheap and just keeps working. But I'm very much not a fan of Amazon. I don't like how they treat their workers. I actually think the way that they treat their workers is disgusting. And yeah, if it wasn't for the, like, I try to avoid ever giving them any of my money, with the exception of that tablet. Like, I really try to avoid even using Amazon because I think they're such a terrible company. And then with Apple, yeah, they're just way too proprietary and way too expensive. All right, exit core memory access. So I could manually reactivate, or I could just give the Omnigel. This is an interesting puzzle that BioWare has done in multiple BioWare games, but I only have a little bit of time left to play, so Omnigel. Just gonna rub some goo on it. Hey, look at that! Look at that! It's such a simple puzzle. It's just moving the energy from one pillar to another, and having certain rules on which pillar you can move them to and how you can move them. But it's a really easy puzzle. It's not even hard. So I didn't skip anything challenging. I'd love it if we had Amazon here. We suck. Amazon is, I mean, I cannot deny that Amazon does provide their service really well, but they just treat their workers so badly. But like, their devices are solidly good. As much as I wish I couldn't say that, like, their devices are good. I've had good luck with them. And when you do need something fast and you can't find it anywhere else, they're pretty reliable in that regard. Like, I wish they weren't, but they are.
You're the virtual intelligence that runs this place?
This system is monitored to respond.
But I am no fan of them as a company. There's a few companies I am very passionately not a fan of. Like, they're definitely one of them. Disney is definitely one of them. I'm not a fan.
Commander Shepard, I work for the Citadel
Apple.
Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please.
Yes and no.
Council authority
Like, I don't buy anything Apple technology-wise, but yeah, fuck Disney. I agree with that. I don't buy anything Apple, but I do use my mom's Apple TV, and I have to admit there's a lot of really good TV shows on Apple TV. Some of the best TV shows I've ever seen are on Apple TV. So I have to admit that they make good TV shows. Like Foundation is a really good TV show, and it's on Apple. I mentioned it earlier. Murderbot is a really good show, and it's on Apple. For All Mankind is an amazing show, and it's on Apple. Yeah, some of the best shows I've seen in years are on Apple. I'm missing so many shows. Severance is on Apple, and it's a really good show.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
But I don't actually buy that. My mom buys that. She just lets me use it when she's not using it.
User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
Which is really nice. But I let her use some of my things when I'm not using them. So, you know, it balances out. All right, give me a damage report.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress.
But we're not breaking any of the terms of service or anything. Like, you know, we don't use them at the same time. Like, I won't use something while she's using it, and then vice versa. So, like, you know, we're not doing anything against the terms of service.
Report complete.
After a very specific world event that has been happening to a neighboring country to Jordan. Yeah, I have a pretty good guess what you're talking about. All the companies I used to be cool with are siding with the bad side, and it is disgusting to see. Disney and Amazon are both some of the companies involved. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, and yeah, we'll keep it vague, but yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is disgusting to see, and you're not wrong. Oh boy.
Do you know why the
Getting real for a second. Oh boy.
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely.
Yeah, companies are definitely not afraid to do the decision that just gets them money, right? No matter what kind of morality is involved, as long as they can make their money, right? Ugh.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you have unleashed to sleep.
I mean, I like the cold.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
Oh, I've been awake a long time now. I've stopped getting food from some places too, like KFC and McDonald's, for the same reason. They publicly support that side. I stopped eating at those places a long time ago for other reasons, but that is also another good reason to not eat at those places, KFC and McDonald's. But yeah, I stopped eating at them a long time ago because they're also just, their food is this like so desperately unhealthy. Like, I'm all for eating some bad food every now and again, but like, it's like desperately bad, like ridiculously bad. I'm like, but also, yeah, they're morally questionable companies. They like, I agree with both of those. I do love me a 4-piece. You love some chicken and Popeyes. I try to avoid meat. Like, I'm not vegetarian, but I try to eat meat as infrequently as possible. So I tend to avoid places like Popeyes now, but I will admit Popeyes does make some good chicken. But I've started to, as I've gotten older, just to try to not eat meat, to not go out of my way to eat meat. I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense. Like, I'll eat it if it's what's available to me, but it won't be my first choice. Like, I won't go to a grocery store saying, like, I'm going to go buy some meat. Like, I will try to get options that are vegetarian, but if nothing affordable, like if the food I want to get isn't on sale and therefore isn't affordable to me that week, then I will get, unfortunately, alternatives that have meat, but I try to be vegetarian. Like, I try to not eat meat. But there's nothing, like, if people want to eat meat, power to them. Just because that's something I try to avoid, because I really, really, really love animals. And there's so many alternatives to meat. Like, I would never eat meat at all if I had enough money to not eat meat. It's the dumbest thing in the world. If I had the money to eat purely vegetarian, I would never touch meat ever again. It's just a money thing that I do eat meat sometimes. But even then, it's just a little bit. So I'll eat soups that have like a little meat in them because the soups were affordable. But they just have little chunks of meat. So like that's the extent of the meat I eat. But I try to be vegetarian as much as I can. But it's definitely much more of a financial thing. Like I have to live. Like I have to be able to actually physically eat, and it's important to maintain your biological balance. So you have to be able to get a good balance of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, protein, like, and some foods unfortunately have meat, have a good balance of all of those things. So necessity sometimes necessitates a little meat. Yeah. How are you with cats? I like cats. I used to own cats when I was a kid. I really had a couple of cats I really loved, and because of a medical issue I had, my parents had to get rid of them. Not because of like an allergy or anything. I was in the hospital for a long time, and they couldn't be home with the cats, so they had to give away the cats, unfortunately. But I loved those cats, Blue and Copper. They were really nice cats. But yeah, I like cats.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander.
I'm more of a dog person, but I very much like cats.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures.
How about you? Do you have any cats? Hope it wasn't so serious. It was very serious. I was in the hospital for a long time as a kid. This was when I was like 13 years old. So, you know, this was a long time ago. But yeah, it was very serious. Turned out I had a brain tumor, so you know, almost died. Was paralyzed for a while, lost the ability to walk, had to learn how to re-walk again, had to learn how to eat again. You know, a lot of bad stuff. It was a very rough time of my life. It was glad you're still here, man. I appreciate that.
User alert.
There are times where I'm like, oh man, it would have been so much simpler if that was my end. But like, that's only when I'm like in my dark moods, because I can be in a very dark mindset sometimes. But like, yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I made it. But it was close. Like things were things did not look good there for a while. Like it was very close. At first they were telling me that there was nothing they could do. Or they were telling my mom that they just didn't realize I could hear them. But yeah, at first they were saying it was inoperable, and like, you know, like there were no options. And then they found somebody brave enough to give it a try, and it worked. It's a whole thing. I got a big giant scar on the back of my head. Like probably like that big. Like nobody ever really sees it, but like, yeah. It's there. Yeah, it's a huge thing in my life. Like, you know, drama.
User alert.
Fun
Main
drama.
reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Very glad to be able to talk to you and nerd out with you on some shit and just have a good time with you streaming. No, you too, man. Like I know I get like I can be dark. Like I have a very dark sense of humor, and I can be very dark at times. But like, I'm glad I get to like experience things that I experience, and like, you know, hang out with the people I hang out with, and talk to the cool people I get to talk to, play the games I get to play. Like, you know, yeah, like I'm glad I'm here. Like, even though I can be a downer and a bummer sometimes, like, yeah, like I'm glad I'm here. I am. Like, and I'm lucky in a trillion different ways. Like, there's, even with the things I've gone through in my life, like, there are so many people in this world that have it so much worse than me. Like, I might be a broke-ass hobo that has no medical and no ability to get help on anything, but I make enough money to keep food in my belly. You know, I keep a roof over my head, even though it's not a nice roof. Like, there's so many people that don't even have those things. Like, I make just enough money to be able to maintain my hobby of playing video games. Although just. Like, ooh, in the future, I don't know. It'll be retro games. I don't know. I might not be able to play the video games I want to play far enough in the future. Like the new stuff.
Connections restored.
But, yeah, I'm lucky in a lot of different ways, and I'm very aware of this. Like, you know, I have access to the internet. How many people in the world don't have access to the internet? Like, that already makes me lucky. I have access to, you know, clean water. How many people in the world don't have access to clean water? Like, there are people that are lucky if they can take a shower once a week. You know, I can take a shower whenever I want. You know, so I'm lucky. And I'm lucky in so many different ways. Like, I can't complain. Like, and this is a thing I try to always remind myself of. Like, there's so many people out there that have it so much worse than me. And I try to always be grateful for that. In spite of whatever might be going on. Like, I try to always be grateful for that. My brother had one too. Had to go to Turkey to get it surgically done. And everything grew back. Had it done again. Did some damage to him. Left side of his face is completely paralyzed but alive. And had children and is married. That's scary, the partial paralysis. I'm very sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that he's doing well. And I'm glad that he made it through. I had some issues, like, in the immediate follow-up to my surgery. So, as I said, like, it paralyzed me. So the surgery took away my ability to walk completely, and I had to like, they didn't even know if I was ever going to be able to walk again. And then after a lot of physical therapy, I was able to finally get back to being able to move again. I had to relearn, like, how to walk, how to talk. Like, I had to teach my brain my brain still knew how to do all of it, but I had to teach my brain how to resend those electrical signals to the rest of my body, basically, which was really rough. That was a very difficult time in my life. I got lucky, though, that I didn't have any kind of permanent paralysis, because I know that was a possibility. And I didn't have any permanent brain damage, though I was mentioning this to Sky earlier when they popped into the stream, because they were talking about headaches. And I mentioned how I've kind of suffered from headaches my whole life. And I think part of it is because of my brain tumor and the surgery, that I've had really bad headaches pretty much my entire life. Kind of to the point where, like, it doesn't ever go away, my headache. It's always there. So I'm always a little bit distracted by a little bit of discomfort. Sometimes it's painful, but it's always there's always discomfort. So, like, even right now, there's something going on. Like, I can still feel a little bit of pain. But, like, after decades, I'm just kind of used to it. Like, if that makes any sense. Yeah, life is fun. That is so rough. I can't imagine how you must have felt, especially at such a young age. Yeah, it was pretty scary as a kid. I remember when they were wheeling me into, not to get too real, I remember the moment that they were wheeling me into the that last surgery, and I remember just being hit with the realization that, like, this might be the last time I ever, like, say goodbye to my mom. Like, this might be the last time I close my eyes. Like, this might be the last time I talk to somebody. Like, because the odds were so bad. Like, they were not good odds. I remember that. I had a, yeah. I appreciate that, but, like, it is what it is. Like you said about other things earlier. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's life. We're all going through stuff. But, like, as a kid, though, I remember just being terrified. Like, I wasn't scared through most of it. Like, through the vast majority of my experience, like, I was just, like, I was in pain and I was suffering. Like, I was in a lot of pain. Like, the entire time I was in the hospital. Like, God damn, it was painful. Too much pain to sleep, too much pain to be awake, and it never stopped. But I was never scared. I wasn't scared until that final moment where they were wheeling me into the surgery, and they were putting me under. It just finally hit me, like the finality of everything. Like, oh yeah, this might just be it. Okay, cool.
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but emergency guidelines.
But I was a young kid. Like I hadn't thought as. I think that's what made me so existential, was that whole situation, that whole circumstance. Because before that, I don't remember. I was always kind of a sad kid, but I don't feel like I really thought about the nature of existence that much. And then I went through all that, and suddenly I feel like I was always thinking about it, like the point of life and the nature of what it means and why we're here and whether or not, like, any of the life that's ever existed in the past over the course of billions of years, like, had the same thoughts, and whether or not there's life out there in the universe that's having the same thoughts. And like, I don't know, just my brain goes all over the place. Log out, Shepard.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
I don't know, just fascinating thoughts. And then multiplying that by the nature of time in the universe. And the universe being potentially like 13 to 14 billion years old, maybe 16. I don't know. They have a lot of, the number keeps changing.
User
like,
alert.
can you imagine
Main
how much
reactor
life
shut
might have
down
potentially
in accordance
existed
with
in that time that
containment
has had
procedures.
similar thoughts?
Manual restart required.
Potentially. I say potentially. I'm not a kook that is like, oh, there's 100% life. Like, I think there is, but doesn't mean I know there is. I totally get it. I am a firm believer that there are multiple timelines for us. Yeah, like I do think that is a thing also. Like, even long before Disney started ruining the multiverse and shoving it down audiences' throats, like, I was a big believer in the concept of the multiverse. Like, it's a fascinating theory that has a little bit of support in science, even though nothing's confirmed, obviously. But like, there are some interesting scientific principles that would potentially suggest that there are multiple timelines.
Main reactor shut
that
down
every
in
version of
accordance with
existence that
emergency
can happen
containment
potentially has
procedures.
happened
Manual-
or is happening. So there's a version of me out there that maybe made better choices. You know, that maybe is doing a little bit better in life. You know, maybe there's a version of me that married that girl that I'm really happy I didn't. There's no way in a huge fucking world like this, on a small little speck in space, there's a whole planet full of life, and you're telling me the only life. Yeah, like so I watch a lot of astronomy videos, and I read a lot about astronomy, and like, I'll watch documentaries about space. And when you really just truly contemplate just how big the universe is, not even just like saying like, oh, it's a big universe, but like, when you really think about the true scope of it, like, space is so mind-bogglingly big that right now, with our current level of technology, getting to the closest star would take us about 70,000 years just to get to our closest star. And that's only 4 light years away. And then our galaxy, we think, is roughly 100,000 light years across, with potentially 100 to 400 billion stars. Potentially. And that's just one galaxy among trillions of galaxies. And if even like going on the that scale of measuring life, there's a mathematical formula for measuring life, the probability of life in the universe, and it involves the nature of, if even 1% of those stars have planets that are even in the habitable zone that we understand, and then even 1% of those have, you know, the potential for life, and then 1% of those actually have some form of life, then there would be millions and millions of worlds out there in the scope of the universe that have life. Millions. If even 1% of 1% of 1% of like 1% of all of that even turned out to be even remotely accurate, Like, then the universe would be teeming with life. Whether or not we ever find any of it is a whole other thing. We might go, billions of years without ever finding a single solitary thing. But, like, doesn't mean it isn't out there.
With emergency containment procedures.
Oh, I'm stuck on a wall.
Restart required.
Yeah, space is amazing. That's one of the reasons I think I'm a big Star Trek fan, is I've always been obsessed with space. Oh, Sayla! Hey, I remember you, Sayla. Welcome to the stream. I just noticed that that's a different chatter. How are you doing today, Sayla? Yeah, space is absolutely fascinating. I think it's why I've always gravitated towards science fiction. I'm about to die. This is how I die, with thunderous applause. Oh, maybe not. Liara saved my life. No, yeah, space is absolutely wondrous when you think about the sheer scope and scale of it. And as I even said before, when you measure that scope and scale with the measure of time. Yeah, how are you doing today, Sayla? So, when you say that the universe is big, yeah, it's big, but it's also billions of years old. Billions and billions of years old. So imagine the things that have happened in those billions of years across the billions of light years. So, like, I think they're theorizing that the universe right now, with the expansion of the universe, because we can only see so far, so we can only see like the 13.89 billion light years, something like that. But they're estimating that the universe might extend something like 48 billion light years. Like, that's a lot of space. Like, if we are the only life in the universe in that kind of space, then I gotta quote the movie Contact. Like, what a waste of space. Like, if we're it. Ooh. One of my favorite lines in a movie was in the film Contact. Like, if we're it in the universe, that's an awful waste of space. Oof. I'm glad that you're good, Sayla. Yeah, I don't think I've, you've only popped in one of my streams, I believe, and it was, what was I playing? I'm trying to remember what I was playing. It wasn't Mass Effect. It was Pokemon, wasn't it? Hey, Mothy's back. Yeah, we're still talking about space, Mothy. I'm still just nerding out about the sheer scope and scale of the wondrous universe that we exist in, and how little we truly even understand about it, which is what's so amazing. So, I know I was talking about this in one of my streams, although I don't remember who I was talking to it about. We have that interstellar visitor right now going through our solar system, 3I Atlas. It's the third interstellar object that we've discovered. In the past, like, since we've really developed the technology to actually detect interstellar objects. And it's doing a lot of things right now that don't obey the laws of physics that we understand relating to like comets and asteroids. And there's a lot of people throwing out the alien word, and personally I don't think it's aliens. I think it's just interesting science that we haven't discovered yet. And that's what I think is really cool. I think it's just like scientific processes that are so alien to us because it's from a different solar system that we've never observed it. And it really puts into perspective how little we really understand about the universe, because if there's an interstellar object that just is doing things that we don't understand because we've never seen it before, then imagine like how much is in the universe that we just can't even imagine because we have no frame of reference for it. I just think it's so cool to think about. Oh yeah, you've never heard of that, Mathana? Yeah, it's a big thing that's been going on in the astronomical community for the past, since like June. 3I Atlas. Google it. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on with it. It has been like behaving so abnormally by anything we've known about the physics of drifting astronomical bodies. Yeah, 3I Atlas. ignore all the clickbait that, like, a lot of clickbait exists of, like, on YouTube, for example, of people saying, like, oh, it's definitely aliens. Like, no, it's not definitely aliens. We don't know that. Like, is it possible? Sure. It's like, yeah, there's that very, very, very remote possibility that it's an alien probe that's going through our system. Sure. Do I think it is? No. I really don't. But, like, there's people jumping to conclusions like crazy. Because it's like, it's just not moving the way that objects that we understand of that type move. And then it's not behaving the same way, and it has, like, there's some weird things with it not having a proper cometary tail, and it might be changing course, but they don't know, but it might be changing course non-gravitationally. But again, there's so many unknowns that jumping to that conclusion of aliens is so irresponsible and dumb. But, like, it's fascinating. Like, and as a science nerd, I've followed along with all of the new news on it with excited nerdiness. Yeah. Also ignore the, like, flat earther and moon deniers. Oh yeah. Ignore those. Like, those the whole flat earth thing gives me such a headache. And for a person that lives perpetually with, like, a non-stop headache, that's saying something. Like, we have pictures of the planet. We know that it's not flat. There are literally pictures. We can observe it. Sayla, have you ever seen the movie Don't Look Up? It was a movie made for Netflix. It's actually a really smart movie about how there's a lot of science deniers out there that will deny something even just because they don't want to hear it. They'll just scream it from the rooftops and deny it over and over again, in spite of all the evidence that's thrown in their face. Like, it's one of the smartest and funniest and also saddest movies I've ever seen. But it's only sad in the sense that it's sad of how realistic I think it depicts the human race. Okay, I did already get this. Okay. But it's a great movie. It's also hilarious. Oh, you don't have Netflix. Okay, well, if you ever have the chance, it's called Don't Look Up, and it's a really, really well-made movie. That's also a striking, like, social satire of our modern society and how it approaches news, and in particular scientific news. Oof. It's really interesting. Flat earthers are not real people, dude. Like, no way you believe that. So some of the flat earthers out there, I think they have to be trolling, right? Like, they have to be saying it just to get a rise out of people. Because there's no way. Like, we know. Like, there's just no way. Like, we know it's not. Like, they have to be trolling, some of them. Yet there are some people that just believe it because reasons, I guess. What year did it come out? Oh, it was recent. 2022? 2021? 2022? Relatively recent. Within the last few years. Stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, a lot of other people. But, like, it's a really striking and intelligent satire. Yeah. Oh, is it on? Is it actually free to watch on Amazon Prime? If you have Amazon Prime, because that would be really cool. It's a movie I regularly rewatch because it is a very funny movie. Oh, it's a different one. Okay. It is a really funny movie, but it's also just a really smart movie. Like, really, really smart. Like, it makes you think. Like, so I'll tell you the basic premise. The premise is a couple of astronomers discover that there's an asteroid heading straight to Earth. Like, that's gonna hit the Earth. And they're basically trying to tell the world that there's a big giant meteor about to hit the Earth. And nobody, and the entire world either doesn't want to hear it, doesn't care, doesn't believe it. Like the news media doesn't really care or doesn't believe it. People make it political. Companies are trying to profit off of the meteor hitting. Like the movie is hilarious, but also disturbingly real because I can see all of those things happening. Like if we found out tomorrow that there was a big meteor about to hit the Earth, all of those dumb things that happened in that movie, I think would happen. Is it okay with you if I share a good source for free stuff? I don't know about that. I don't know about that Mathana. That can be a little fishy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that in the chat. It's like with people claim the moon landing was fake. The tech back then was not advanced enough to fake it. It really wasn't. Like, not only was the tech not advanced enough to fake, but I don't know if we knew enough about astrophysics to really even be able to fake something like that. And with what we've learned about space and about the physical properties of how everything works, like, I don't know if we would have been smart enough to even properly fake landing on the moon. Like, it's crazy to me that people still deny the moon landing when it's one of the greatest human achievements of all time.
The door could be
Literally one of the greatest human achievements of all time, and they're just like, nah, it didn't happen. Fake news. It's like, no. The entire world was united for one moment. One beautiful moment where the human race actually got out of its own way and did an amazing thing. It didn't do it for the right reasons because we were just competing with Russia, but still, we did an amazing thing. Ah, it hurts my brain.
He must have felt there was no hope of surviving. That killing himself.
It's a thing I use and monitor regularly, and it has pirated stuff and the biggest library of stuff, basically. Yeah, like I have my places too, my dark seas that I go to for such purposes. Sure, but like I wouldn't pimp any of that in Twitch chat. Like I wouldn't be okay with that. Like, yeah, that's a little yeah, don't do that. It is a certain site whose initials are okay, are IA. I don't think I've heard of that one. Yeah, I don't think I know that one off the top of my head. But yeah, don't. Ooh, hard electronics. Luckily, I have Garrus Vicarian with me. So let's burn these bugs alive. Which is sad, because they're sentient beings. Got it, of course. Just thought I'd ask permission just in case. No, I appreciate that, Mathana. I do appreciate that. IA. I'm trying to figure out what site Sayla is thinking of. Oh. Of the sites that I'm familiar with, I can't think of one whose initials are IA. Ah, got distracted. And I can think of a few. Oh well. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Like, don't put it in the chat or anything. But like, I'm annoyed at myself that I just can't think of it. Oh! Where'd he come from? Was he not happy that I burned his family alive? I probably would also not be happy. Poor guy. I may or may not have whispered it. Oh, okay. Well, a whisper is a whole different thing, because that's like putting it in the like the chat or the stream, like that's a little fishy. Whisper, that's fine. That's fine, because that's not public. That's not like, that's just a person telling another person a thing. I and A. I mean, I might. That's the thing. I might be familiar with it, and I just can't think of it. The places I'm familiar with that I may or may not, you know, surf the dark seas of, none of them have those initials. That's all I know.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
Well, any place that's sailing the dark seas of the internet can be fishy. Mothana, I don't want to give the whole name since that site gets in enough trouble normally. Oh, then I probably heard of it, then I just can't think of it. Hang on. Let's look at the whisper. Let me bring up my internet browser really quick and go to Twitch. The nice thing about streaming from OBS is I don't even have to sign into my internet browser. I just do everything straight from there. So I'm not even on Twitch right now. I mean, I'm streaming on Twitch, but I'm not like on Twitch. Oh, a couple of people I like are streaming. Nice. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Interesting. Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. The one you were referring to, I've never heard of. But the first one, yeah, that one I've heard of. Okay, IA. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. My places aren't fishy. All those places are fishy. It's not one I use a lot, just for hard to find stuff. I was worse about that kind of stuff when I was younger. I don't do it as much. Yeah, pretty much I'm kind of on the line of Sayla, where it's just really for the hard to find stuff. But I don't really do that stuff much these days. In your free time, look up the second one. We'll see. Sometimes you got to be careful about where you go on websites. Like, you know, I don't want to blow up my tablet. I already can't use my laptop for internet browsing anymore because my laptop, which I love my laptop. It's a beautiful laptop. It's worked amazingly over the years. Unfortunately, it cannot upgrade to Windows 11. So right now, it can no longer benefit from the security updates. So I basically can't connect it to the internet anymore because it'd be risky. And then with sites of that nature, I will not connect my main desktop to those. So it would have to be on my tablet, which is kind of designed specifically to go anywhere and do anything. I kind of got it with the purpose of, like, I'm never going to sign into anything official or important, so my personal data will never be on this tablet. So, you know, if it ever does get compromised, I won't be giving up anything. Of course, to each their own, but I'm just known as the tech plug around here. That is, yeah, that's true. I only used it recently for an out-of-print movie and a music album from 2002. Damn, that's a long time ago. Which I'm going to buy since it turns out it's in print. Nice. What movie, out of curiosity? You can update it to Windows 11, just use root. No. Mine you actually can't. Disable the requirements. So with my desktop, Mathana, I did bypass the system requirements and I upgraded it to Windows 11 and it can run it fine, but my laptop physically actually doesn't have the power to run Windows 11. Like it actually can't. But I did bypass the system requirements on my Windows 10 desktop. So I am aware of those tricks. But my laptop, it doesn't have that ability.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
No autopsy, no foul. I love that phrase. No autopsy, no foul. You didn't kill me. So no autopsy, no foul. Oh, no. My desktop, my desktop, because I connected to the internet all the time, I had to upgrade that to Windows 11. And luckily, my desktop is a pretty powerful desktop, even though it is getting older now. You know, I bought it in 2019. But she still got some power, so I wanted to make sure she had the up-to-date security updates.
I'd only be upset if they
So yeah, I bypassed the system requirements because it was absolutely not like within the system requirements. Which, by the way, I want to put it out there right now. I hate Windows 11. I hate it. I hate it so much. I loved Windows 10. Windows 10 I never had a single problem with. But Windows 11, beautiful, pristine. Or like, no, Windows 10, beautiful, pristine, never had a problem. Windows 11 though, I've had nothing but problems ever since I've upgraded to it. I hate the interface. I hate how it runs. I hate it. It's an old cartoon from 1981 called The Little Fox. That sounds familiar. I've used a VHS. I have a used VHS, but that is getting up in years due to copyright messes. It won't probably ever come back over. My birth year, 1981. Nice. Hey, you're just a couple of years older than me. Very nice. The Little Fox. That sounds familiar. Time to bring the tablet back. I'm going to type in 1981 Little Fox. See what comes up. Last thing I have Googled was Voyager Investigations. Because apparently, the current king of Jordan was in an episode of Star Trek Voyager. And I did not know that until Mathi told me. And I think that's fascinating. I love that. 1981 Little Fox. I love the internet. What did we do before the internet? Like just having the information of the world literally at our fingertips. What did we do before it? Known in Hungary as Vuk, is a 1981 Hungarian animated film produced by a studio that I will not pronounce because I don't know what that pronunciation is. Full-length movie about foxes. The main hero, a little fox, Vuk, lost his parents and was adopted by another old fox, Karak. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these names properly. 2002 is my birth year. I am 23. Oh, 2000. Oh, what did I misread? Oh, Selah. Okay, never mind. This Mothana's birth year. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I misread it that much? Never mind. Selah's birth year. So yeah. The company that dubbed it went out of business years ago, and the original rights are over in Hungary somewhere. I've never even heard of it. I thought I'd heard of it, but no, I've not heard of this. It has a really good score, though, on IMDb. I'll have to see if I can find that. Great movie. Let's see. A lot of good reviews for the people that have seen it. Interesting. I'm always in the market for a new movie. There are 2 English versions available. The first, harder to find version is a fairly faithful uncut dub of the original movie. More recent VHS releases sloppily cut the film by 12 minutes. Interesting. Alright, yeah. I'll see if I can find that. Sounds interesting. My girlfriend is part Hungarian, that's why I asked. Oh, okay. Rented it from the video store all the time when I was little, back in the 80s. And when another store was selling it, I bought it. Yeah, like the times I find very obscure things that you never really see, I always get really excited.
My name is Shepard.
I remember I was super excited when I found a VHS release of the old BBC Hitchhiker's Guide to the
First we knew
Galaxy.
the bastards were clawing into my
Because I remember loving that when I was younger. And then when I got a little bit older, I found like a classic release of it, and I was so excited, and I immediately bought it. And I'll keep that till the day I die. So like, yeah, when you find like a really classic old thing, and it's such a good feeling, isn't it? What do you think about Glass Onion? I didn't like it as much as Knives Out. That is a random shift in the topic, but luckily that is something I am familiar with. Glass Onion I really enjoyed. I think the first Knives Out was better.
You were taken by surprise
But Glass
defense
Onion was
buildings,
good.
Detective.
Like, it
You
wasn't
did a good
bad.
job, Captain.
But yeah, the first Knives Out, oh, lightning in a bottle. Phenomenal story, phenomenal characters, phenomenal setting. Second one, they tried really hard to recapture the magic, and it was fun. I think I got it when Hollywood Video. Oh, Hollywood Video. That brings back some memories. Oh, I remember riding my bike to Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video used to have, I think, Game Crazy inside of it, right? They had a game store inside of it, and I think it was Game Crazy. And I remember I used to ride my bike after school to the local Hollywood Video to stop at that Game Crazy to get video games all the time. And I would also just pick up an occasional like VHS here and there. Oh, I loved it. That's bringing back a lot of memories. I have some classic things you cannot find anywhere cheap that I got at those old used like stores like Hollywood Video and Game Crazy that people sell on eBay now for like $300, $400, and I got them for like $5 back in the day, and I still have them. I love it. I'd love owning the early Top Gear tapes. I am aware of Top Gear's existence, but I have never seen a single solitary thing of Top Gear, but I'm aware of its existence. That's like a car thing, right? Never been much of a car guy myself. I was like, I love this movie, I'm so buying it. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how I was when I found the VHS of the old Hitchhiker's Guide. I was just like, I love this. This was amazing.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams.
It's always fun to find like obscure things that nobody around, that nobody you know has ever really heard of, and you're like, this thing is so good.
I've got work to do.
It's what got me into cars. Yeah, I've just never been much of a car person myself.
Hell, man the perimeter.
Like, I'm very grateful that I have a car. But I can change the tires on the car. That's about it. I am not car savvy. I think my Shepherd is now very, very powerful. They were not a threat.
Thanks for the help.
Top Gear is so good, man. It's about cars. The three hosts just bring magic, very funny, informative, and just fun. I mean, I can see that being very cool if you are into cars.
I'll do whatever I can.
And yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that is a show that you love. I'm just not a car person, so I feel like I'd probably be bored out of my mind. But it's the same thing with like how my mom absolutely loves watching baseball. So whenever I go over to her house to like hang out with her, like she'll start talking about baseball, even though she knows that I am so bored out of my mind when she brings it up. But like, I'm happy that it makes her happy. But like, I just have no interest in it. And it's the same thing with like cars. Like, I'm just happy I have a car. Like, but yeah, I have no interest in knowing anything more about cars. It's just not a topic that ever really appealed to me. They had like 2-hour specials around the world. They went to Chernobyl. That's actually really cool. A little crazy also, but that's really cool. They went to freaking Chernobyl? What the hell? Why? Why? What did they do? That's fascinating. Human beings are fascinating. Yeah, they're a bit messed up in the head. That's crazy. Like, that's the most apeshit thing I've heard in a while. Like, to film a car show, they went to Chernobyl. Just drove around Chernobyl. All right. Okay. I hope it was a lead-lined car. God. Good Lord. I don't care how much money I might make off of something. I don't think I'm driving around Chernobyl. I don't think I'm doing it. Like, I feel like I would say no. Yeah.
What?
What?
You're a member of the
I was just gonna say hi.
Recently transferred, yes.
Well, this is a very lovely woman.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Well, that was over my... Actually, it's not over my head. I understood exactly what that meant, so I'm not going to say that was over my head. Yeah, okay. Goodbye.
Sorry, I'll leave.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Oh, yeah. She didn't care about me. All right. Oh, my boy. Oh, I love Elcor so much. I think they are the coolest.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously.
There's something terribly offsetting about a Geiger counter, and I don't know what it is. It makes my hair stand. It should. Because Geiger counters and what they represent are terrifying. Like, if you really know the science behind what radiation does to a human body, then yeah, the sound of a Geiger counter is terrifying. Like, if one's going off. Like, what radiation does to a human body is horrific. And absolutely something that everyone should be terrified of. It's maybe the most unimaginable way to die, radiation poisoning. Oof, scary.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively.
There's a really good movie I loved that I watched recently, where the movie ends on a bit of a haunting note involving radiation poisoning, and it just really stuck with me. Where I'm like, oh, like it had me in tears at the end. Like, that is tragic. That is tragic. Oh God. I don't want to say what the movie is now because I just gave a big spoiler, so maybe I'll mention it in the future. But I just gave a big spoiler to the fact that something really dramatic happens, and I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. So, damn it. I'll have to just somehow find a way to bring it up in the future without pointing out what movie it is. It's a newer movie, and I thought it was really good. It's a quieter movie, but it's a really... Yeah, that was my bad, Mathana. I fully admit I made a mistake there, but I didn't spoil it. I just spoiled it before I had the chance to say what the movie was, and now I can't say what the movie was because I've spoiled it. So hopefully you just discover it on your own. But it's a really thoughtful, introspective space movie. Of course, I watch so many space movies. I mean, I watch everything. You know, I'll watch rom-coms. You know, I'll watch silly little slapstick comedies. Like, my favorite thing just happens to be science fiction.
Let's have a look.
But I watch everything.
Regretfully, most of my
like, I'm a big sucker for a good romantic comedy. I was raised by a single mother who raised me on romantic comedies. So yeah, give me some classic Meg Ryan any day. All right, what do you have for sale? You don't have any of the licenses, and that's what I really would want to buy. Kicking ass on money, and I probably could sell enough to get myself a Spectre weapon when I get back to the Citadel. Do not look up Space Movie 1992. I'm trying to think what space movies came out in 1992. That was before Independence Day. That was 1996. Space movies, 1992. I can't think of any space movies that came out in 1992. Huh. I'm so sure you don't know it. What's it called? I might know it. You might be surprised. There's some like really weird 90s like trauma movies that I've seen. Some of them involve space. Do not look it up on stream at least. I'm not recording my I'm not recording my computer's capture anyway. I'm recording just the console's capture. So even if I did look it up on stream, like nobody would be able to see it as long as I didn't like say it. Oh, you'd be banned. Okay. Fascinating. Jesus. Okay. Good to know. I'd be lying if I said that didn't make me very curious, but good to know. Good to know. All right, let's go down to the quarantine and the barracks, because I think if I don't go down there first, I screw up my ability to go down there later. It's an actual movie that shows up if you type that. All right. I'm curious. All right, The Little Fox. I'll leave that one open because I want to remember that one. And I have to admit, the little cartoon art of the fox right there, that's super cute. I can't deny that. Like that is adorable looking. Looks like the sweetest little fox. All right. Oh, right. I turned off. Whenever I'm not actively using the internet, I always disable the internet so the battery lasts longer on this. So I always have to remember to turn back on the Wi-Fi. But I just instinctively, without even thinking now, I always swipe down and just immediately click off on the Wi-Fi so that the battery keeps going longer. 1992 space movie. Okay then. Yeah, I'm not saying that name. Fascinating. Is that as offensive as it sounds? Fascinating. Fascinating. Well, on a more lighthearted note, if you want to see a fun space movie, how is that an actual thing? If you want to see a fun space movie that has sort of a, well, like it sort of has a not a similar premise, dear God, but like a fun space movie that has a weird ass premise, and you sometimes have to wonder how it's even a thing. There's a movie called Earth Girls Are Easy. That's a really fun movie that involves some space aliens landing on Earth, and they crash land because they were checking out women who were sunbathing on a beach, and they got like super like hot and flustered by it, and then they crash, and it's just they just turn into a bunch of like hot guys and just start trying to make it with women. And it's such a silly but fun and sweet little movie that you have to sometimes wonder like, how does this exist? And it's also a musical. It's so weird. It has Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis and Jim Carrey and one of the Wayans brothers, and it's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, but it's yeah, it's fun. So like on a happier note than the thing I just Googled, which, yeah, anyone watching this, don't Google that. Don't Google that. Yeah, when I was a kid, we had a lot of mom and pop video stores before Hollywood Video came in, so they sometimes had some unique movies. Oh yeah, where I live, unfortunately, we didn't have any mom and pop video stores. I wish we had. So when we got a Hollywood Video, it was kind of the only game in town. I mean, we had a Blockbuster, but they were very corporate and only ever got the big stuff. They never got any of the obscure things. But Hollywood Video always seemed to get a little bit of everything, which I found very exciting. But yeah, we never had any mom and pop shops. We never have anything good up here. Like, we have no bookstores up here besides Barnes and Noble. Like, literally, we don't have a single bookstore where I live. Not one, except for Barnes and Noble. So no mom and pop bookshops, and that makes me sad. That makes me very sad. That dear God killed me. Yeah, that Google search killed me. My God. Jim Carrey, I have to see it now. Yeah, Earth Girls Are Easy. I think it came out in 1986. And it is a trip. It is a weird movie, but it's a fun movie. It's one of those movies where after you see it, you have to ask yourself, how the hell did this get made? Like, it's weird, but I love it. Like, I love it to pieces. It is absolutely just a joy to watch. And yeah, it's a musical with like Jim Carrey, one of the Wayans brothers, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. There's other really big names in it too. Michael McKean. Never heard of it. I'll add it to my list. Yeah, Michael McKean, who was the thing he's probably most famous for now is Better Call Saul. But he's done a lot of stuff over the decades that he's been acting. But like, he's probably most famous now as Saul Goodman's brother from Better Call Saul.
Okay, this one will get you.
I love Better Call Saul. Okay, yeah, then Chuck. Chuck from Better Call Saul. He plays a stoner surfer. A very different character from Better Call Saul. He is not even remotely the same character. He plays a stoner surfer dude in Earth Girls Are Easy. He's a very different character. Poor Chuck. Poor Chuck. I never hated Chuck. I didn't like Chuck, but I didn't hate him. Oh, like, I felt sorry for Chuck. I thought he was such a tragic character. Like, I felt bad for him more than anything else. Hated him? I hated what he did to Jimmy because he was a bad brother. But I didn't hate him because I don't think he really understood what he was doing. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't think he knew just the effect he was having on his brother. Yeah, I hated his actions. Yeah. Like, but I didn't hate him. And then in the end, especially, like, you had to feel sorry for him. When you could really see how broken of a human being he was. Like, that was tragic. Oh, and he had pushed the only person away that would have been there for him. Like, the only person that probably could have saved him at the end. And he pushed him away. Yeah, he did not deserve what happened to him. That broke my heart. That legitimately broke my heart.
I need to know more about those things.
Like, what happened to him. Ooh, tragedy.
Ragni? That's preposterous.
Like, that was haunting to me, what happened to him. When that episode was new, like, when suddenly the season was over and I had to wait months to see what happened, like, I was just speechless. Like, wow, they just went there. Okay, that just happened. Whew. But yes, Michael McKean, the actor that played Chuck in Better Call Saul, plays the dumbest stoner, like, surfer pizza California dude that you've ever seen in Earth Girls Are Easy. Like, you would not even know it was the same actor from his acting. He's so different. Yeah, a lot of people had that intro music as their ringtone. It's so good.
Where did they come from?
That intro music is some of the best intro music ever. That show is one of my favorite shows. Better Call Saul is very high on my list. I liked it better than Breaking Bad.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
Like, Breaking Bad was a great show. Better Call Saul, I think, blows it out of the water. Like, in terms of quality. It has better writing. It has more nuanced characters. It has better character development. I think it's just a more interesting show. Oof. I know it's an unpopular opinion for me to say that, but I think Better Call Saul is far superior to Breaking Bad. I preferred it too. Nice. Yeah, Nacho. Nacho was amazing. Nacho was one of the most interesting characters in television. He went from just the new, like, seeming like punk to being one of the most likable characters I've ever witnessed. I was rooting for Nacho. I was rooting for him so hard. Oh, man.
I need to know everything about the
The tragedy of Ignacio Varga.
I told you all I can.
Yeah, what an amazing
We
actor.
brought the Rachni back from the dead.
Oh, he was in Far Cry? That's awesome. I didn't know that. I've never looked up his IMDb before. That's awesome. That's really cool.
I'll be leaving.
Well, I know he blew me away with his portrayal in Better Call Saul. And also, all the characters in Better Call Saul, like the legacy characters, I think were better in Better Call Saul than they were in Breaking Bad. So, you know, Jimmy obviously got the character development and nuance that he needed to really let the audience know how he became that clown that we saw in Breaking Bad. But Mike, what they did with Mike, ooh. Oh, yeah, freaking Huel got character development. I never would have imagined that. But what they did with Mike Ehrmantraut in Better Call Saul, Mike's first episode, his first real episode in Better Call Saul made me freaking cry. I never would have imagined that watching Breaking Bad. But his first big episode where they get into his backstory in Better Call Saul, I cried. It moved me to tears. It's like, oh, wow. Okay. Mike is now precious to me, and we need to protect him. Mike went from just being like a really badass character that I thought was awesome to being a character that I truly just like loved.
You're not part of the crew.
I'm not part of the crew. I'm part of my crew, which is a different crew.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Yeah, Huel Babineau.
There aren't any human
He got some character development. I wouldn't say he's one of those characters that like got a lot more, but like, you know, he got stuff. But like, yeah, Jimmy and Mike got like, they just became so much more interesting once their characters got fleshed out in Better Call Saul. Everything they did with Gus, his story is just so much richer with everything they did in Better Call Saul. Everything they did with the lab makes the lab so much more interesting in Better Call Saul. Hell, the stuff they did with the cartel, ooh, so interesting. Mike's backstory added more to his already legendary character. His story not only added more, it made him sympathetic. He was already likable. He was always likable. But he was likable as just being a badass. But suddenly, once his character had context, he was just likable. Like, not just for being a badass. Like, he was relatable. You cared about him. Like, it was a whole different thing than just thinking he was awesome. Like, his character became heartfelt. Like, his story became heartfelt. I still can't believe how great of a story they told with him. Oh, it still blows me away. I always saw him as a no bullshit straight killer, and I loved him for that. And in Better Call Saul, they showed us how he became that way. Yeah, and everything that they showed was such a logical progression to how he became the man that we knew him as in Breaking Bad. Like, it all makes perfect sense how he became who he became. And I love how he became that person. It worked. All right, I think this might be my last character dialogue here, and then I think I'm gonna have to call it for the day. I got an early morning tomorrow, and I gotta lie down.
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong.
I was so sad in that one episode. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Mothi. And I wasn't sad. I was pissed. I I know what episode you're talking about, and I was mad. Like, I was just pissed. Like, that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, I was sad, sure, but like I was mad. I was like, that's what happens? F you, show. Like, are you kidding me?
What happened to these people?
Like, that's how it went down? No.
I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't
It was
discuss
Ramadan for me. I was fasting, and you finished the show in 1 week. You are a binger. Oh, I slowly watched that show over the course of its 6-year run, and I feel like that was the right way to watch it because I got to savor it and I got to really sit with it over the course of years. I don't know how I would feel about it if I just watched it all back to back to back. Like, I got to sit with every episode for a week and to really think about it. Oh, I don't know how I'd feel about binge watching it. Oof. I mean, I'll binge watch it now, rewatching it, but that's different when you're rewatching a show. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't think I've ever binged a new show like that. Like, I've binged shows that I've seen before like that. But a new show, I try to space them out so that it lasts a while. Like, the last show that I had to force myself to not binge was that one show I mentioned to you earlier, Midnight Mass. Because I knew it was only one season, and I was really just, like, hooked on what was going on. I was, like, enthralled that I forced myself to not watch more than one episode a day, even though I could have watched the entire series in one sitting. Like, I forced myself to, like, all right, I'm going to sit with that episode, and I'll pick up the next episode tomorrow. So that way it would last a little longer. I binged Stranger Things when the new season came out, and that's it really. Not until Breaking Bad I did that. Okay. Some shows are not meant to be watched back to back to back. Well, for me, I can't do that, really. Because I feel like it's important to kind of sit with an episode of something to be able to process it. If you watch too much of something back to back to back to back, and it's the first time you're ever watching it, maybe this is just my opinion, but it feels like you're watering down that content so that it all kind of blurs into itself. So it almost becomes less meaningful. This might be my opinion, but if you watch too much new stuff back to back, it feels like you're kind of missing a lot. You're kind of doing yourself a disservice. But that's just me. If you say it's good, then I'm all for it. Hey, just because I like something doesn't mean you'll like something. So, never take my word for it. But, like, give it a try. And then if you don't like it, that is completely fine. Like, just because I thought something was amazing does not mean you will think something is amazing. Like, everything is always very subjective with people. So, it's a show I loved. That is all I can say. Only series I was able to do it with was Rose of Versailles, or Versailles. I'm guessing Versailles, and I just read it as Versailles. And even then, I still took breaks. Interesting.
But you're going to, because I might.
All right, I'm gonna end the chat here. I'm gonna end the conversation with this doctor here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online.
Well, okay, meaningful isn't the right word.
We lost the connection
But I feel like it makes things blur into each other when you watch them way too back to back to back to back. Like saying it was less meaningful, that's not accurate because you're still taking in the story. But I feel like, I don't know. Like, when I watch an episode of something and then I sit with it for a day, I feel like I've really had time to think about that episode, and then I go to the next episode. But then when I watch 10 episodes back to back of something, I feel like I'm just processing the big moments of a couple of episodes. And so a lot of the episodes just kind of blur into the background. And therefore, the show itself just kind of feels like it's lost something for me. I don't know.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't
An
go
old
beyond
anime
these walls.
anime from the 70s. You might not have spelled it wrong. I've heard the word Versailles before, but I took a lot of French growing up, so when I read that, my first instinct was Versailles. I heard the new Fallout show is good. What do we think, chat? I liked it, but I have never played the Fallout video games. So maybe that's why I liked it. Because I wasn't comparing it to anything. I was just taking it for what it was. I've seen the Fallout games played on speedrunning channels like Games Done Quick and ESA, but I've never played them myself. Never got around to it.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect.
Yeah, this guy's up to shady stuff.
Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Yeah, well, I can be pretty persuasive.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
All right.
Talk to you later.
I'll do that mission next time I stream, which will probably be tomorrow. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna save right there, and I'm gonna call it. Like, I went a little longer because I was really enjoying talking to Mothy and Sayla, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end my stream right there. I got an early morning tomorrow, and for me, it's getting a little late because my days tend to end earlier because I'm on such a weird sleep schedule to normal human beings. Yeah, compared to normal humans, my sleep schedule is that of a freak show. But I have had an absolute blast streaming today. It's been a welcome change over the last couple of days. The last couple of days really kicked my butt from a work standpoint. It really grinded my soul down and killed my back. And I had no desire to really do anything after work either day. So today was a nice little change of pace. And it was lovely talking to you, Mothy. Lovely talking to you, Sayla. It was good to see you in the stream again. It was lovely talking to Sky earlier. And Agent Coulson popped in for a few minutes, and that was awesome. So thanks to everybody that popped in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to end it right there. So I hope everyone has a good one. And yeah, hopefully I catch you all on the next one. Yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, probably around the same time. So hopefully maybe I see you guys there. But yeah, hope you all have a good one. Live long and prosper.